3 coplanar points, and bam, there's the radius of the Earth.
On the level.
The way I phrase it is a monument to the curvature of the Earth. It really is.
Level.
It really is.
Level.
And bam, there's the radius of the Earth.
I mean, come on, man. I proved gravity on Nathan Oakley's show. I jumped through every hoop Nathan and Quantum Eraser wanted to prove. Whenever I proved gravity, there was no control variable. Their scientific definition of proof, right? Their whole scientific method that they came up with, or whatever, proved gravity on Nathan Oakley's show. Whenever I proved gravity, there was no control variable. Hold on.
Prove it to Nathan?
Well, let me list.
You proved it to
Let me list my accomplishments. I jumped through every hoop Nathan and Quantum Eraser wanted here. Okay, I'm a little underappreciated, but I proved gravity on Nathan Oakley's show. Whenever I proved gravity, there was no control variable.
Okay.
I proved that the dome cannot exist. What else did I do? I jumped through every hoop Nathan and Quantum Eraser wanted.
I'm smelling some stolen valor right now.
No. I jumped through every hoop Nathan and Quantum Eraser wanted. I proved.
Absolutely, bro.
I jumped through every hoop Nathan and Quantum Eraser wanted to prove their scientific definition of proof, right? Their whole scientific method that they came up with, or whatever. They outlined it. He's changed it now.
What did they change?
They added a control variable where they didn't used to have one. Yeah, they whenever I proved gravity, there was no control variable. And they weren't counting a control variable. Huh? I jumped through every hoop Nathan and Quantum Eraser wanted.
50's come to lose another one of his. We're down to 23, aren't we? He started off at 25 points.
Yeah, 25. Yeah, Then I told him, I was like, yo, by the time you're fucking, we work all through this, you're gonna have like 1 or 2, maybe.
Be quiet. Are you putting the Dr. Bob in there? If you do, you'd have to have words on there that say the politician. Flat Earther.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not that influential, is he?
No, you could skip him. It would just trigger him, that's all. I could put the words on there if you want.
Who do you think's the most influential baller?
I could just put his... Do you want to put some words on it? I mean, I'll chuck it on there, but, I mean, we can put some more. There's plenty more spaces. Who's the most influential baller, 50? Come on.
I'll call him a Flat Earth politician.
Hold on. Trying to multitasking here. Me, obviously. I mean, come on, man. I proved gravity on Nathan Oakley's show.
You've
What
done
else
the,
did I
you
do?
did your Flat Earth video for us. We've got Flat Earther 50. Talking to his mama.
I proved gravity on Nathan Oakley's show.
How did you do that?
He fell over.
Who did you prove it to?
Hold on.
Prove it to Nathan?
Well, let me list.
You proved it to
Let me list my accomplishments here. Okay, I'm a little underappreciated, but I proved gravity on Nathan Oakley's show.
Okay.
I proved that the dome cannot exist. What else did I do? It seems like
I've been there in the background. I don't believe that.
Was kind of big.
I'm smelling some stolen valor right now.
No. I proved.
Absolutely, bro.
I jumped through every hoop Nathan and Quantum Eraser wanted to prove their scientific definition of proof, right? Their whole scientific method that they came up with, or whatever. They outlined it. I jumped through every hoop that
they came up with.
Yeah, he's changed.
That's the quantum eraser scientific method?
He's changed it now.
What did they change?
They added a control variable where they didn't used to have one.
Oh, a what?
Oh, a control variable. That's like
dependent, and a control variable.
Yeah, whenever I proved gravity, there was no control variable. And they weren't counting a control variable. Huh?
Why can't you have
anyone ever tell you that the scientific method's a load of bullshit?
Say that again?
Has anyone ever told you the scientific method is a load of bullshit?
No.
Okay, well, here, I got news for you. The scientific method is a load of bullshit.
You realize I'm an engineer, right? And I
Okay.
apply science.
Oh,
You don't- you apply
science. Nice.
Is it like a tape or a paint? How do you apply it? Because when I apply paint, I use a roller.
Chicken
You apply the knowledge to build
Oh, so
real
it's not
world
science.
systems.
Okay, so you're not applying science, you're applying knowledge. Right?
The knowledge acquired through the scientific method.
Wait, well, hold on. So can I get knowledge that I can apply without using scientific method?
Well, of course.
Okay, so the scientific method then is not a requirement for knowledge.
No, absolutely not. I didn't
So
say
then,
what.
so then really, what is it then? What is it really? If I don't need this thing to gain knowledge or facts, what is it there to do?
You needed to gain knowledge or facts in relationship to how the real world operates on like a physics level.
Okay, so you're saying I can, but you just said I can get. So can I get knowledge and facts of physics without the scientific method?
Yes, but you can't get relationships. You can't get relationships that. Hold on, let me finish. You can't get relationships that make predictions. You can just get like blunt facts.
Okay, so here, what I'm gonna do. So when you say a prediction, right? See, now you use words like a prediction. Like if you didn't know the outcome, that's a prediction, right? Would you agree? Like a Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl, Patriots versus Bengals. You're gonna ask me predict the winner. I would make a guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a prediction's not a guess. Those are two different things.
Yeah, the prediction is like the Patriots usually win, so they're going to win. And they
What
lose.
about, let's say this, red light, yellow light, green light. I'm like, after yellow light, I predict there will be red light. Is that a prediction
is scientific
or is that
fact.
knowledge of
There's
the
no real evidence for it,
That's
but it is.
knowledge of the sequence. I'm talking about. You have to forgive me. I'm eating. I'm talking about a predictive model, right? Using mathematics.
Well, but didn't I use a predictive model to predict red light after yellow light?
No.
Okay, so then how did I come to the prediction of a red light after yellow light? How did I come to that prediction?
Now that is scientific fact. There's no real evidence for it, but it is scientific fact.
If you influence people or you yourself
memory
become someone
recall
who has
right. If I move my
knowledge of a
forward,
pattern. Would you say like knowledge of a pattern?
Do what?
Knowledge of a pattern, right? Red light, yellow light, green light. Red light, yellow light, like knowledge of a pattern.
Yeah,
almost like would you say the sky, right? Like the sky, like moon phases, sunset, sunrise, sunset, moon's phases, right? Eclipses. These are all patterns, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. So we have patterns like red light, green light, yellow light, right? Or whatever. I'm and we also have sun, moon, stars.
Don't waste this. 50. Is this... Can we add a number to one of these? Is this like 20 or maybe 18, 15? What right the hand's going to do here? Can we knock off one of these? Have you got your list?
Down to 22. Yeah, 21.
Yeah, let's get the list. Don't waste all of these right the hand, right? We need. Where is your list, 50?
Yeah, I know prediction.
My list of 27 things that
27. Well, no, it was 25, and we knocked 2 of them off the other night. We knocked them off like boom, boom.
Yeah, I was there for that, man. There were 25, and you agreed. You were like, "All right, yeah, no, we don't have that." So then it was 24. Then we did it again at 23. So
I don't know if I agreed to that.
Yeah, you definitely conceded to both of those points. You went, you had to hand them over. You fought well for them. You handed them over at the end. Yeah.
Was it when I was drunk?
Yeah. I mean, your arguments always sound like you're drunk.
It was
but
recorded.
That would be pretty much any time.
Oh, bullshit. I'm kind of multitasking here, guys.
Yeah, me too. I'm making tomato sauce, and I can still destroy the
He's
wall
drinking one of those tasks. 50.
Right, so I mean, the fact that I have a list of, let's say, 27 things, and the answer
23.
to every single one of those, or let's just say the answer to 20 of them, okay? 7 of them aren't exactly the Earth is a globe. The answer to 20 of those is the Earth is a globe, and not a single answer is because the Earth is flat, right?
The
You
answer
don't see that as
is
a bit of an
the
issue?
answer is it's a globe. Well, what the fuck is the question? You've
Yeah,
already got the
right. That's
answer.
what I want to know.
I'd have to post the list.
Because you could say, like, right, you could say the sun sets, and we could say the
It's a
answer to
globe.
that's why is because the sun is moving away from us. You can say it's because we're spinning away from the sun, right? Like that. Those are both answers, you know. And why did your, you know, if you want to believe one over the other,
Himself. He deafened himself.
Oh, he's multitasking.
When you start at 27 and then you're down to 25 and then you admit you're at 20, right? Like you had to admit, okay, it's really 20. Like you're, I.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
though?
the other ones include tilt.
Tilt? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, some of them are explained by the Earth being a tilted globe, not just a globe. So that's what the other like 5 are.
A tilted globe? How do you tilt a ball? How would you even know if this thing was like? I have a ball. Picture of balls in my hand. How do you tilt? You're turning it. You can't tilt a ball. You can only turn it.
What?
How do you? Can you tilt a ball without turning
You
it?
spelled politician wrong.
Did I?
I don't know.
Well, we're talking about a ball that's oh shit.
You should spell it wrong because then it'd be even worse, better, right?
Well, we're talking about tilting it in reference to. We're talking about tilting it in reference to its axial rotation.
Should have spelled it wrong.
Okay, well, you know I don't believe that the Earth is a spinning ball.
All right, I'll fix it.
A flot.
Well, yeah, I get
politician.
You're a flat earther.
No, I'm not a flat earther. Brandon is a flat earther. Okay, right? Like a flat earther is like your yin to your yang. I'm neither of those, right? You know what I mean?
You're not. You're just a globe denier.
We just float about in the middle.
I don't like. Look, I don't like. If somebody said the Earth is flat, I'd be like, "What do you mean?" Right? Like the Earth is a piece of paper? No, I wouldn't. I would say that's stupid.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I would tell somebody who told me the Earth is flat the same thing I would tell somebody who the Earth is a ball. I'd be like, "What are you fucking talking about?" I'd be like, "Look at that hill. The Earth isn't flat." And then I'd be like, "Look at that fucking salt flats. The Earth isn't a ball." What are you trying to tell me here?
I'll be trying to tell you by the ball.
There's no way here.
Oh shit!
And like I said, the answer to those 20 questions is never the Earth is flat. Right. So, like, just for instance, the sun setting. Right, the sun setting. You could say, well, that's because the Earth rotates, and the sun sets because of the Earth's rotation. You can't say that's because the Earth is flat.
Okay, what if you said the Earth sets, the sun sets because the sun moves? You could say that, right?
No, you could say the sun.
I couldn't say that. I couldn't say that. Didn't I just say it though? But I just said it. So how are you saying I can't say it?
Well, you could say it, but it doesn't make any sense. I mean,
okay, well, but that's what I would say about you. When you tell me
got double D's, but that doesn't make it true.
When you say the ground is moving, that doesn't make any sense to me, right? To me, that makes no sense. You say, see that ground and that tree that is perfectly still and not moving? I go, yeah, I see it, not moving, just sitting there. And then you go, yeah, it's moving. I go, that makes no sense to me. And then I say, see that sun that's moving? It's moving. You go, that makes no sense to me. So it seems like we're just in different
camps. The sun is moving also.
Yeah, the sun moves because the sun moves, not because the Earth does. That's so simple to me.
Well, they both move. It's not one or the other. They both move.
No, whoa, hold on. No, both. What do you mean they both? Both of them. I don't see them both move. I only see the sun move. Why should I believe that the Earth is moving when I don't see the Earth move? I only see the sun move.
Well, why would you see the Earth move when you're on the Earth?
Maybe the Earth is moving.
That's like saying if you're on a plane, why don't I see the plane moving?
No.
Because you're on the plane, bro.
The thing is, that's different. Okay, but a plane is not the Earth, right? I can fly a plane. I can't fly the Earth. So I can get in the cockpit and push the throttle on the plane and be like, wow, look at this plane move. And I know the plane is moving. Also, I know the plane is moving because it took me from Cincinnati to Chicago. Now, the Earth, when I stand in Cincinnati, the Earth doesn't move. So I'm going to be like, I'm still in Cincinnati. It's been 7 days. The Earth hasn't moved because Cincinnati's still right where they left it. So I will conclude that the sun is moving, not the Earth. But that's just me.
You're conflating things here. Just because the Earth is moving doesn't mean you're on the Earth, bro. The Earth isn't moving with respect to you.
Maybe the Earth isn't moving at all.
The Earth isn't moving with respect to you.
No. Well. The Earth isn't moving.
Well, it is. That's the principle of
To you, it's moving. To you,
relative motion.
Move. To you,
you can prove it's moving.
Okay, prove to me right now. Could you? I'll give you $10,000. Seriously, I'll sign my house over if you can prove to me, not to you, not to fight the flat Earth. If you can prove to me that my house that I'm standing in right now is moving around the sun. Prove my house is moving in a circle, and you can have the fucking thing.
Okay, well, you have to write that up legally before I put in the time.
Go, bro. Go right ahead. You can write it. You have my word here on. I have a verbal contract with you. If you prove to me that my house is moving 16,000 miles an hour around the sun, I will sign the deed to my house over. Because I know you will never be able to do that. Because my house doesn't fucking move. I'm not in the Wizard of Oz. You're not lifting my house up and sending it in a circle 16,000 miles an hour. That's never going to happen. You're going to tell me a whole bunch of bullshit based on your beliefs. So I don't care.
I mean, based on the overwhelming evidence of all of the scientific community over the past 200 years, or what, 400 years?
Okay.
A long time.
Hold on.
Wow.
Well, slow down. Time. You say overwhelming evidence. Those are words, right? Did you show me anything? Nope. You just said overwhelming evidence.
Tons of stuff.
You'll show me the sun setting. I know. We already went over that. You show me the sun setting, which I say is the sun moving, not my house moving, right? That's your evidence. That's why you use the word evidence. Because if you used the actual terminology, I'm going to prove to you that the sun is moving because the earth moves by watching the sun move, you would sound stupid. So you don't say that. You say, I'm going to show you evidence.
It has influence over legislation, laws, rules by which we all abide in society. That's an unhealthy situation.
You're in an unhealthy situation right now. But I mean, you gotta, there's no way you're doing this by accident, man. You know what's going on. I can hear the monotoneness in your voice. You're a negator type. But it's okay. I still like it.
Negator type? What the fuck's that?
Oh, he's like CIA non-emotional humanoid robot, right?
He wouldn't drink that much.
Yeah, totally non-emotional humanoid robot. I have no emotion in my voice.
Yeah, I can hear it. That's that's why you're here. To just kind of
do you expect me to get emotional about some silly debate topic?
I mean, I would. The only reason, I'm not saying I'm emotional, but I care about this. That's why I'm here. Right, because I care about the truth. I want to inform people the truth. That's why I'm here. I think there's been a great injustice perpetrated on the people, and you seem like you're just here to kind of be the wall that spits my arguments back at me, right? Oh, why do things fall? Gravity. Well, what is gravity? Oh, space-time bending because Einstein said so. Hey, man, there's a dance to be done, and that's on Nathan's show. I don't do the dance. That's why Nathan don't like me on the channel.
Well, I don't get emotional about debate topics like this, man. It's just
if you don't, then it's almost like you're saying I don't care about this topic, but I'm here debating it anyway, which to me sounds a little weird.
No, just because I don't get emotional. I mean, I'm not a chick, bro. So I don't know why you expect me to get emotional about.
I'm not saying I'm saying it's not the silly debate topic, right? To me, the overall perpetuating lie of the Earth's shape and the origin of the Earth is not silly. Right, you're trying to make it silly. Like you're trying to make this entire thing we're talking about silly when it's actually very serious.
Have you ever seen like debates, like the Bill Nye debate with what's his name, Ken Ham, right? They're not getting emotional. Anytime you see bigwigs debating, they're not getting emotional. So the fact that I'm not getting emotional should be kind of a push in the right direction.
One, you're not a bigwig, and two, I'm basing it on the fact that you're one, unemotional, and two, you're saying it's a silly topic, right? I don't understand why somebody would be monotonely wasting time on a silly topic.
Civilization to be in.
Yeah, I don't think I'm monotone, bro. I think you're tripping on the monotone thing.
Hey, man, look. If you want to believe that my house is moving, that's cool. Like you'll never convince me that my house that has been in the same spot since I fucking bought it is moving, right? You can use the words relative and in relation to all you want. You'll never convince me it's moving.
That's like saying you'll never convince me when you're in a plane that my chair is moving because it's here with me. Like your logic is just so unbelievable.
No, but it's not. It's not, because here's the thing. I can prove that a plane moves because I can go see this plane in destination A. Now we're on the plane. We get off the plane. We're in an entirely different spot. The plane and us have clearly moved. And I can even measure the distance the plane has moved. It went from the runway in New York to the runway in Virginia. I can show you the distance it traveled, because distance traveled is a requirement for motion. Now with my house being in the same spot every day for the past 5 years, you'll never show me that distance traveled. What you will show me is the sun moving, and then tell me your beliefs, which I could give a shit about.
Strategery. Check that
politicianry.
I'll use another example, right? You're on a large vessel.
Okay, but hold on. Let me finish my analogy. You're taking the Earth and making it a moving vessel. That's what you're doing.
Yes, where the Earth is. Moving vessel.
Use the Earth then. Don't use a moving vessel. We know ships move. We know cars move. Now prove the Earth is moving without using something else that I know moves. I know I can throw a baseball. That doesn't mean the Earth is moving. I know that I can get on a plane and fly. That doesn't mean that the Earth is moving because the plane moves. So please use the Earth and not objects that we know move.
Well, I can't make analogies.
I know. That's why. You will never be able to prove that the Earth is moving without first establishing a moving object, such as a plane or a train, and then reifying the Earth as what you've just put forward. That's all you'll do, and you're not going to fool me with it. But go ahead and keep trying. I'll finish this bottle of wine, then maybe it'll work.
Well, let me ask you a question. How do you know you're moving when you're on a large vessel?
Because I can measure the distance I've traveled.
Can you look out the window and maybe perhaps see things moving?
No, you didn't listen. You didn't listen. I can be on a vessel and put a marker, and then
I heard you.
Distance. Okay. So would you agree that distance traveled is a requirement for motion?
Yes.
Okay, so now all you need to do is very simple. Show me the distance my house has traveled.
That's a bit complicated. And
no, it's not. It's impossible. Because what you're trying to do is show me the distance a stationary object has traveled, which you know you cannot do. But since you have now agreed that distance traveled is a requirement for motion, you're in a tough spot. Because you now have to somehow manifest the distance my house has traveled when it is sitting in the exact same point every day. Now, how are you going to do that?
It's in reference. Your
and there you go.
In motion.
In reference.
Listen. Your house is not in motion in reference to the ground.
Oh, no. Hold on. Stop. Got to stop you. Don't care about any of that. I care about one thing. The distance it traveled. So don't tell me about relative nature. I don't care. All I care about is the distance it traveled. Now, if you can't show me the distance it traveled, you can't prove motion.
Correspondence in objective reality.
Yeah, I can. I can prove motion via a gyroscope.
In the thought
that shows the ground rotating.
Of civilization.
The problem was we have both agreed that distance traveled is a requirement. So now you're going to get on to other things. Right? Like, oh, but if I believe in this, and I'm like, I don't care.
I just said a direct measurement of rotation.
No, I don't want a direct measurement of rotation. I want the direct measurement of the distance my house has traveled, or my house has not traveled any distance, and it is not moving.
It's a logical consequence that if your house is rotating, it's moving.
It's a logical consequence. I could say the exact same thing back to you. It is a logical consequence that if my house does not move and it is attached to the earth, then the earth does not move. So I don't care about your beliefs. All I'm saying, look, if you're going to convince me that my house is moving, all you have to do is show me where it started and then show me where it ended, and that end spot is not where it started.
Okay, well, I mean, that wouldn't be too difficult.
Okay, so my house is right here. Where will it be tomorrow?
Yeah, what time?
What time? I wake up at 6. Is my house? I wake up 6 a.m. Will my house still be exactly where it was when I went to bed?
In relationship to the ground, yeah.
And there you go with that in relationship thing, that relationship bullshit again. You're moving my house with these words in relation to.
Do you know what motion is?
Yeah, motion is a change in location. So you cannot move without changing location. That's why they say, I'm as still as a tree, because trees don't move. Now you're going to say, see that tree that's not moving? Psst, it's moving. And I'm going to be like, you're a dumbass.
That's because you're not understanding one of the most basic of basic things about motion.
No, I understand everything. In order to move, you have to go from point A to point B, right? Now, if you are in point A and you never leave point A, there was no motion. That I know. Yes. Oh, that's a simple concept. Okay, so my house is now in point A. Now, you show me where it moved to point B.
Okay, well, I can do that with the gyroscope.
Oh, but wait, huh? What?
You know what a gyroscope measures? It measures rotation.
Oh, yeah.
So
does a gyroscope, does a gyroscope measure distance traveled?
Yes.
Really?
Indirectly. Yes. If you're rotating.
Indirect. No. Whoa. Hold on. Do you know what distance is?
In order to rotate, you must move.
Okay, but yeah, I don't care how you move. I don't care how the motion happens. It could be spinning, it can be linear, rectilinear, it could be anything. They all work on the fundamental foundation of from point A to point B. Now, a gyroscope, I know what a gyroscope is, and I'm going to tell you something. You don't use a gyroscope to measure distance.
No, you can use a gyroscope to measure rotation.
Oh, hold on. We're measuring.
In order to rotate, you must move a distance. Do you really understand that?
To move. Okay, but we're not measuring rotation. We're measuring distance traveled. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to put the gyro on the floor, right? And then the gyro will
move. Laws of math and physics to show Earth is flat.
The gyro will measure movement.
No. Hold on. When you see the object moving, the object you see move is the gyro. Now, you will say the gyro moved, which we see, because you believe Earth moved. Now, that's great that you believe Earth moves. It's a good thing to believe in nowadays, right? You probably won't get
direct measurement, dude.
It's not a measurement. It's a gyro sitting on a table.
It's a direct measurement.
It's not a direct measurement. A direct measurement of what? You're not measuring anything. You're looking at a gyro. An observation is not a direct measurement. A measurement would be like, I measured 6 feet between where my house was and where it was now when the Amish people picked it up and moved it. Like if Amish people picked my house up
during a debate.
If you measure, it's just a direct measurement. Like I can measure my table.
No, you said it was indirect. You said the gyro was indirect.
No, I didn't say the gyro was indirect. I said a consequence of rotating is that you have to move.
Okay, that's true.
Gyro.
The
gyro would be a direct measurement, just like you directly measure like a table or something, or like I can put the gyro on my body.
Not even close. Not even close. A gyro does not give you a distance. If I put a gyro on my table right here, you think it's going to say, oh, your table's 6 feet long? No, it's not. It's just going to stay stationary on top of my table, right? And not tilt or go back and forth. Okay, that's great. Now that's great. Now, if you put the gyro on the floor, right, you're not proving the floor moves. You're not proving anything. You're not doing anything.
What?
You haven't measured the distance. Okay, so you all you're doing, this is all you're doing, really, and it's kind of sad. You have this gyro, you have a bunch of beliefs, you see the gyro, you apply the beliefs, Earth is moving.
Dude, it's just a direct measurement. Like, it couldn't be more simple.
No. A direct measurement would be taking a ruler and then seeing where an object starts, then measuring the distance between where the object started and where the object is now. That's a direct measurement of motion. What you're doing, you're doing something. You're doing mental bullshit. You're spinning a gyro. A gyro is like a top. Okay, a gyro is a top. If you spin a top,
so if it's not linear motion, it's void. It's invalid.
No, if it's not a measurement of distance traveled, it's void.
You're kidding yourself if you think you
No,
can
you're
rotate
kidding
that
yourself.
fast.
The Earth is round. From the side.
I'm using laws of math and physics to show Earth is flat.
Yes, a consequence of rotating is moving.
Yeah, but a gyro. Okay, but you don't. Okay, look, man, I'm not going back for it, but
You're not going to see curvature.
A gyro. A spinning top.
I'm using laws of math and physics to show Earth is flat.
It's not okay
Down
to
the
think
globe.
that the Earth is flat.
A spinning top is the same thing as a gyro. It's the exact same thing. You tilt the thing, the top spins. It's worse than the same mechanism. Now, if you put a top on top of a table, you're never going to measure the distance of the table. Okay, so you cannot measure. This is what you're doing. This is where the ball Earth, and this is where all the lies come in, because you take gyro moving, then reify that into Earth moving. You did the exact same thing I said don't do with a plane. You took a plane and a train and you moved them. Then you said because those planes and trains move, the Earth moves. And I said don't do that. So you said okay. Then you took a gyro. So you took a third object and said because this gyro moves, the Earth does. Bro, that's reification. Any way you slice it.
Describe to me how that's reification.
Reification. Yeah, I'll show. Okay. To reify A into B. You are reifying the movement of a train, a plane, or a gyro, and reifying the movements into the movement of the Earth. Because you never measured the movement of the Earth.
It's not okay
Down the globe.
to think that the Earth is flat.
The St. Lawrence River has been the U.S. geology.
I'm not trying to be rude, but you don't. Okay, an optical gyro, whenever you turn the thing on, it fixes a coordinate axis at that moment that you power it up. And then from that moment forward, it measures rotation from that original coordinate axis, right?
No, it doesn't measure rotation. No, you're wrong. It doesn't measure rotation. It does not measure rotation. It measures change in the ZY axis of its horizontal plane that you have established it on. It does not measure rotation.
Well, I can show you.
Yeah, well, you can stutter all you want. You can stutter all you want. A gyro has no capability, has zero mechanical capability of measuring distance traveled or rotation. The only thing a gyro can measure is change in level. That's the only tilting. It's the only thing a gyro can measure.
I'm talking about like a laser or optical gyro.
Hang on.
A ring laser gyro you're talking about.
Let me get a link. Hold on.
Oh, a link. Do you have this ring? Have you ever used a ring laser gyro?
Rotation relative to what?
Yeah, I mean, in engineering.
No, I mean, hold on, bro, slow down. Have you ever put your hands on one of these things and used it?
Yes, in engineering.
Okay. So now what? So now it's a box, right? And you put it on a table.
Yeah.
Okay, and it has like an LCD screen.
No, it has an output. It has
an output. What is that output? What is the output? A screen, a display?
A PC. A PC.
Okay, a PC, so a computer. So you never see the Earth move.
Why would the gyroscope rotate relative to the surface of the ground? Can you hear me?
Do what?
Why would the gyroscope rotate relative to the surface of the ground?
Because the ground is rotating. That's the only conclusion you can come to.
No.
Right? And you can basically prove that the gyroscope is accurate by rotating it yourself. You can see, okay, within a certain amount of time, if I rotate this gyro 1 degree or 360 degrees per second, you'll see that show up on the program, right? and then you let it sit still, and you sit for an hour, and it shows 15 degrees while it's attached to the Earth.
No,
So
you got it
I
all
can-
wrong, man. You think the Earth is rotating relative to the gyro?
Correct.
No. Either way,
What other conclusion
that
can
would
I
be
draw?
incorrect. Why would it change its orientation relative to the ground, no matter what kind of model you think you're on? It would not.
I don't know I don't know what would make you say that.
Think about it.
Well, I mean,
It's
the
in
way
one
it
location.
works, when you fire it up, it sets a like an XYZ axis, right? And whenever you fire it up, that's the axis it's locked. That's the axis it's locked into.
And it
Or
never
that's the coordinate
changes.
grid it's
It
locked
never
into.
changes.
What do you mean never changes? What
Oh,
never
you
changes?
put it on something, move it? Oh, you put it on something and move it somewhere. Oh, so then,
Yeah.
yeah, that would change.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
we had like a 360 caddy where we
I'm
would
using laws
calibrate
of math and
the-
physics to show Earth is flat.
the optical gyro, right? So it was like a
So
mechanical.
you move it, and then you detect that it moved.
Yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and
Down
then
the
after
globe.
that,
The
after
Earth
you
is flat.
after
The St.
you
Lawrence
calibrate
River
it,
has
right,
been
then you
the
attach it to
U.S.
just a table
geology
that's
site.
sitting there stationary relative to the floor, right? I could bolt it onto the floor, but if the table's on top of the floor and it's not moving with respect to the floor, I think we can both agree that it's kind of the same thing, right?
Were they
Can we at least
using
agree
it
on that?
It's not going to move like you think
That
it's going to
needs to be
move. It's
called
not going to
out.
twist. It's not going to flip.
Otherwise,
it's
if
not
you
gonna
just have
do
a belief
anything.
system, I don't really care.
No, it's not. But it picks up a 15-degree rotation per hour.
No, you pick up something.
We live in a
I
country
picked
that
up.
respects
You
free
even
speech.
have somebody in the
Also
flat Earth
means free
community
thought.
that did this,
If
and
you start
verified
influencing
it.
other people who have power over other
It
people,
could be anything.
and you have no foundation
Could be
in objective
anything.
reality,
Okay, hold on.
that can be
Hold on, James. Let me address this.
Now
okay?
that is
Clearly, you
scientific
saying it
fact.
could be
There's no
anything
real
is like
evidence
me
for it, but
measuring
it
the
is scientific
table.
fact.
Well, hold
If you
on. Let me
influence
finish my
people, or
analogy.
It could
you
be
yourself
oscillating
become someone
just on
who
its
has
own
influence
rotation.
over
That much
legislation,
variability.
laws,
Well, you
rules
can
say
prove
it's
that it's
perfect.
not by
all
calibrating it.
abide
But you
in
saying it
society.
could be anything is like me
That's
saying
an
I measured the leg
unhealthy
of my
situation
table. I measured the leg
for
of my table in my
civilization
living
to be.
room. But how do I know it's not my
If your
neighbor's dog's
personal
leg?
belief system
Right? It could be anything.
But
I
you
measured
didn't. You
it.
didn't
not
measure
have
it.
No.
You didn't.
correspondence
It doesn't
with
make
Direct
objective
it's
measurement.
just
reality,
it
You're
doesn't make any
spinning
sense.
something and you're
starts
saying you're
becoming
making a direct
predominant
measurement.
in the
You
thoughts
see a
and hearts and
variability
minds
in it, and you call it Earth
of
curve. You
civilization.
call it rotation. You could call it anything.
But well, the funny thing is, it matches the Earth model. I mean, if it was something other than the exact precise number,
But
that
here's the
that the Earth
problem.
is
Here's your
supposed to be
problem. Here's your
rotated at,
problem.
you might have
So your
an
gyroscope,
argument.
your
Bro,
gyroscope is
concavers.
turning in the direction that the ball Earth is
Or the
supposed to be
curves that way.
spinning.
Yes.
Which way?
Which way?
Which
I
way is
think
it
it's
turning?
oh God! Right now, it's been a while.
Is it
since I
flipping
looked at
over?
that. Do what?
Is it flipping over backwards?
Flipping over backwards? No, it's spinning east to west, I believe.
So what the hell does that mean? Are you twisting?
East to west.
No, it's just like a rotation, like on top. I mean, you can imagine.
Are you at the North Pole?
Spinning.
East to west is a rotation.
Yeah, that's a rotation.
Wow, isn't that a straight line?
Talking about like in relationship to the Earth rotating.
Yeah, but east to west is a straight line, right?
I mean, it can be, but I mean, it can also be described as the direction the Earth rotates.
No, the Earth doesn't rotate like that.
How can a straight line be represented by a circle?
That thing should be flipping over backwards, man.
How can you make a straight line a rotation? What? Have you really thought that through when you said it? Or did you just say it because somebody told you to say it?
Wait, what now? Dude, you guys really don't understand this. Are you joking me?
You said it was a straight line. You said east to west is a straight line. Then you said it's a circle on a ball. I think you should pick one.
It's a direction. It's a cardinal direction, north, south, east, and west.
Cardinal
Yeah, and
direction.
are those straight
I could say
lines?
something rotate. Like I could spin a ball, and I could say I'm rotating it left to right.
To what we think it is.
Could I
It's
not?
like
So it's
pear
not-
shaped.
That's so
I'm Neil deGrasse bitch.
I mean, it would be spinning, it would be rotating.
So you think you're
There
on
it
the
is.
North Pole twisting underneath your feet?
Twisting is a weird word to use. Twisting is like a Twizzlers, like you twist like a rope.
Which
Rotating.
axis is it rotating on? Which axis does your gyro rotate on?
Well, it depends on what latitude.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends on what latitude you're at on Earth.
X and Y?
Well, no, it wouldn't be X or Y. It would be R, theta, or
what?
alpha. Yeah, we're talking about spherical coordinates here.
Wow.
No, we're talking about three-dimensional coordinates. Is it rotating?
more.
Is it rotating on the Z-axis?
No, no. We're talking about spherical coordinates, longitude, latitude.
Yeah.
Your gyro should flip over.
Gyro should flip over.
About 3D
On the
space.
Z-axis, yeah.
Isn't 3D space
On the Z-axis, vertical.
Pear shape.
It should flip over.
Pear shape.
Not twist.
We think it is.
Well, it's like pear shape.
That stuff is flat. Yeah, you're not making any sense to me. I'm not trying to be.
You need to learn your models. You need to learn which way that ball is spinning that you think you're on.
Bro,
I
know. I don't really think, depending on which direction it rotates, I don't think it's going to flip one way or
it should fall over backwards.
Fall over backwards? No, there's an axis. It's tilted by like 30 degrees, and it rotates on that axis constantly. There's no flipping.
Your little ball is not spinning like a frickin' lazy Susan, man. What are you talking about?
What?
Yeah. Are you at the North Pole?
I've heard say that.
Because everybody else thinks you know what you're talking about. I know you don't.
Bro, I've been in this for about 4 years. I think I know a little bit about what I'm talking about.
You don't.
We think it is.
Well, it's like pear shape.
That stuff is talking about because you're the first person in 4 years I've ever heard say that. Like, the Earth spins, it has a somewhat elliptical orbit around the sun.
Wow.
In its position, its rotational axis is fixed. There's no flipping. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue what you're referencing.
Yeah, you flip over, right? The people underneath your feet, they're flipped over. Right? You're upright, they're upside down, right? Your gyroscope would flip over. Do you not understand?
That stuff is flat.
I don't understand. Can you elaborate? Why would it
Why are Australia standing
it's going around the surface of the ball.
Yeah,
it's gonna be where it started.
What?
So it would be completely upside down after half the way around the Earth. Your gyro should be completely upside down.
No.
Hell yeah.
Well, then a ball. The Earth can't be a ball, buddy.
Bro, everything forms into spheres, right? Atoms are spheres, little water molecules are spheres.
Years.
You look out and you see spheres.
When did you see an atom become a ball? You're crazy.
At every level, things are spheres, right?
What?
You didn't know that?
Are you bloody obsessed with balls?
I mean, they are water droplets.
You're about to lose 2 of them. You better quit being
obsessed
with them.
The water in my bathtub is a droplet, or is it taking the shape of its container?
No, I'm talking about droplets where surface tension is.
Okay, but a droplet is not a sphere. A droplet's a drop.
Droplets are spheres. Small droplets.
No, a raindrop. Google a raindrop. That's not a sphere. It's a drop.
I'm not talking about a raindrop.
Okay, but you said droplet. A droplet is not a
falling
sphere.
through the air. And
okay.
It's got air resistance pushing up against it, changing its shape.
Well, a ball of water. A ball of water has air pressure pushing on all sides of it, which is why it makes a sphere. But guess what? Earth isn't a ball of water. It's rock. And rock doesn't make a sphere when air pushes against it. So the rock doesn't care what the air does, and neither does the water when it's in a cup.
Well, so the water on Earth should be a sphere? Is that what you're saying?
Show me water sticking to the outside of a surface, and then water can be a sphere.
I can show you
50.
water.
50. Can you say one word for me? Can you say bendizontal?
Say what?
Say bendizontal.
Bendizontal. There, you happy?
What? Yeah, big.
I mean, what do you think's more likely, that all the engineers and scientists and people who dedicate their lives to the study of science are correct, or random people who are kind of butting into our fields are correct?
Okay, let me ask you
Our
this.
fields.
What do you think is more likely? What? People are upside down under.
Upside down doesn't really make any sense, because down is towards Earth, so they wouldn't be upside down.
Oh, hold on, but
Down's
here's
what?
Down towards Earth.
You're giving me an excuse for how you justify the fact that you believe people are living on the opposite side of a ball upside down. That's what you're doing. You're just saying everyone's on top of it. That's a flat surface, right? If 17 people got on top of a table, everybody would be on top of a table. Everybody can't be on top of a ball. That's not how balls work. But you need
to what we think it is.
Well, it's like pear-shaped.
That stuff is what? You guys are big. You really do. You really do not have to. Like, let me give you a little bit of argument. This is a bit of a
I gotta say, you're totally blowing my mind right now.
Unless you guys are really
That's what I do. I'm Neil deGrasse bitch.
Basic bitch of shape, right?
There it is. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson.
That is so stupid.
Well, hold on. Just listen to what I'm saying, and I want to hear your rebuttal. Okay?
That doesn't even play with us at all. We're not.
Nobody's religious.
Bro, but
I just want to hear.
Why do I need to be religious? We got to be religious to.
That stuff is what? I gotta say, you're totally blowing my mind right now.
That's what I do. I'm Neil deGrasse bitch. There it is. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Containing humanity, right? And I'm just making a philosophical point here, and I'm trying to make like a big argument. I just wanted to hear what you guys thought. If you're religious, okay, and just listen to my take.
Redmond, are you going to address this?
Dude, your philosophical point about religion.
I'm gonna have to go get on the real mic.
I just want to hear what you guys think about my take on this, okay? So if God created the earth, right, and he created man in his image, right? Look at the structures that man built. Man builds really complex structures. But God, who is infinitely more intelligent than civilization, creates the most simplistic. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
I gotta say, you're blowing my mind right now.
That's what I do. I'm Neil deGrasse
talking
bitch.
about we're made in God's image.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson.
We're made in God's image. Huh?
Bitch.
You made the DNA.
Totally blowing my mind right now.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Aliens. Okay, you're an alien.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Bitch.
No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature. You are 2 millimeters above free fall. He just don't.
And nobody
like I
can
said,
make
if
water
God
bend.
is an infinitely
Listen to me
intelligent being,
very
you would
carefully.
expect him to create an infinitely
Ranty bant you because
when you guys are
because
saying
of what
that
happened.
We're
with
immune to that.
basic bitch flat plane, like give him a little bit more.
Ranty bant you.
Listen to me very
free
carefully.
because of what happened.
That's hilarious, Brandon.
Is it?
Yeah. Listen to me very carefully. Do you know who else says that?
Right? In kindergarten class.
Roohit.
Yeah, I probably picked that up from.
He makes a flat plane like.
Okay,
with,
here, let me say
with
it a
dome
different
on top.
way.
Like it's just so basic, man. I'm not trying to be like
so a ball.
I'm trying to be condescending.
A ball is complicated.
Yes, a ball is way infinitely more complicated, and when you consider,
Wow, you have a radius. What do you have? Circumference. You have a radius. What else?
Yeah, and you have basically the tides, the oceans, the moon.
No, I'm talking about a ball. Circumference.
I mean, what's more grand than an almost infinite universe with infinite amount of planets and galaxies and
imaginometry?
Yeah.
Well, you realize we can radar. You can radar the distance to the moon. You can get the
can't do
equipment
shit.
yourself.
You
Who
imagine
can?
you can do something.
Well, most people can. You can get that equipment yourself.
Most people can.
Yeah. I mean, if you got the money.
Money,
radar
money.
Radar
Bro,
And the imagination. Don't forget about that.
How do you know God's not sending that radar beam back?
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know, but that would be.
Yeah,
possible.
well, there you go. So yeah, that's what you have. That's
So
what you
God's
really
deceiving
have is you don't know.
So what you're saying is God is deceiving me. No, I have a
No.
direct.
What I'm saying is you've never sent a radar. You've never done anything. All you're telling me is these stories. Now, for all you fucking know, for all you know, they sent this radar out. God sent a message back like, "Stop knocking on my door," and they're like, "Holy shit, we got to tell people it just bounced off the moon, or they're gonna know God is real." Right? So, for all you know, you're just being lied to, and you're just accepting this.
No, you have direct evidence. Like I said,
what direct? You don't have direct evidence. You've never done this. You've never bounced a radar off the fucking moon, bro. You're not fucking Ronaldo. You're dude sitting at your fucking computer. You pulled up Reddit and it said, "Hey, we did it. We bounced a radar off the moon." That's all you have.
Did you want to say something, or were you telling me to shut up? Or what do you want to say? Are you there?
No, I'm here.
I mean,
saying Cleary.
No. Okay. So, 50. What are you really trying to argue?
I'm trying to argue that I have an overwhelming list of things that you would expect to see if the Earth was a globe, and in fact, you do see every one of the things that you would expect to see if the Earth was a globe. So we have 20 pieces of evidence, and the answer to every one of those pieces of evidence is the Earth is a globe. And
okay, let's question 20.
Oh,
let's go.
Wait. This is what I'm gonna say is, what evidence have you done proves a globe?
Well, I basically tracked the stars as I was on a vacation cruise in Alaska, and they move at a rate of 1 degree per 69 miles, which is congruent with the globe.
Did you factor in astronomical refraction?
Yeah.
What, the astronomical refraction? I don't think that's necessarily a thing, but that would skew everything.
Oh, you said it. Thank you. God.
Well, I mean, everything would be kind of skewed at the same thing. You usually, whenever you're talking about refraction, you're looking down over a surface of water, not up into the sky. You don't really, refraction isn't really an issue.
Okay, so
the sky.
Celestial refraction is not a thing?
Sure, but it's absolutely minuscule.
You just said it wasn't, and then you said it was, because I changed it from astronomical to celestial.
He's using refraction.
No, you're wrong.
Well, I mean, it would be absolutely minuscule. Or do you have any sources that say otherwise?
You didn't know about it, and now you're an expert on it. Bam! Just like that.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah, you didn't have a clue about it.
It's my geometry, right?
I didn't say that.
I said astronomical refraction. Then I said celestial refraction, and you became an expert. You didn't know about it, and then you became an expert. Bam! Just like that.
I didn't become an expert.
Yeah, you did.
No. I'm not claiming to become an expert.
You said it was absolutely minuscule.
I'm claiming my knowledge of refraction, everything I've studied, all sources indicate that refraction looking up into the sky.
What's your knowledge of refraction? Where did you get your knowledge of refraction?
What do you have?
Basically, physics books.
Oh, so you read about it?
No.
Like in the Bible?
You guys don't even know what refraction.
You read about it in the Bible?
No, I mean, this is a science. This is a field.
Well, bro. Everything written in a
Google
book
the
is
definition
In a
of
debate, what is the
refraction
construct?
for us,
It's
and
typically two people.
Just like you can go into, being an electrician,
opposite sides,
or
of some
being
issue,
a pipe fitter,
and
or
then
being
there's
a plumber.
a winner of the debate.
You can go into,
and then everyone walks
being
away
a scientist, and you can look at these areas of refraction. These are live areas of study
So who
that you
wins
can go
the
into and
debate?
look at
It's
yourself.
often the person
You think
who's
these are fake? You think these
charismatic.
Are made up?
No, I've researched it.
maybe
I just told you,
charming,
go
it's
and
related
Google the
to
definition
charisma,
of
of course,
refraction. It's not what you
who
think.
has a good way with words, good vocabulary.
I know exactly what refraction is, dude. It's bending of light.
No, you don't.
Okay, so does light bend like a steel bar or like a rubber hose? How would it bend? Very sharp, or does it bend gradually? And is it a physical object?
Say that
Into
again?
the more dense medium.
Yeah, light reflects down into a more dense medium.
So when the sunlight hits
whoa, clear. So light always go down?
Yeah,
Bro,
because it's above.
hold on. Are we sure that light? Are we sure that light is like this object? Is that, or are we all settled? So
above you.
Here is an agreement. Yeah, because I don't believe that light. I don't believe light travels. I don't believe light bends. Right? Like, if you want to show me light bending, I want to see that.
Into the water.
Bro, I can show you light bending in like 5 seconds.
Okay. So would you show me, like, let me guess. You're gonna show me a pencil and some water.
What happens to light that gets refracted off taller objects?
No,
Oh,
I
I'm
can show you a GIF of a time lapse of a horizon where the horizon shifts.
Okay, but so that is that light
so like
bending?
If there's a lighthouse far away, and the
that
sunlight
like
hitting it, is that light getting refracted down into a more dense medium as it meets your eye?
Wait, say that again? Y'all kind of talking to each other.
If you're looking at a distant lighthouse and the sunlight is hitting it from above, and it's getting refracted down into a more dense medium, and then it meets your eye, correct?
Well, depending on the circumstances.
Like every fucking day?
No, it depends on the temperature of the water and the temperature of the air.
So the sunlight above that refracts off the lighthouse that meets your eye is not getting bent down into the more dense medium?
If there's a more dense medium that's traveling through, if it's traveling from a less dense medium to a more dense medium, yes, it will bend down. There's plenty of experiments showing this on YouTube, like live video.
Do we ever see the light bend, or do we just see like the lighthouse?
No, you see the light bend. There's
really what does bent light look like? Describe it to me.
It looks like a bent light. What do you mean? It looks like you take a fucking string and bend it.
Okay, hold on. So I know what a bent string looks like.
And you can
I
have
see the
someone
string.
who doesn't have any of that.
Or like a piece
who
of
is
wood,
speaking
like
objective truth.
like a barbecue skewer.
Okay, but where do I see the light bending?
Well, I would have to show you like a laser.
Okay, so you're not showing me light.
And you can have
you're
someone
not showing me
who
sunlight.
doesn't have any of that.
You're
who
a
is
laser.
Yeah, I mean, are you claiming that sunlight isn't?
Well, hold on. Are you reifying a laser into sunlight? Is that what you're doing right now?
Someone who doesn't have any of that.
It's the same
thing.
Who is speaking objective truth.
Bro,
who
this
could
is
lose
your
a debate.
claim. This is your fucking claim that you think light is a ball, a photon moving, and you think that it travels in a bent path because of a laser.
Yes.
Bro, this is your bullshit reification. And then when I read it back to you, you're going to go, bro. Yeah, bro.
I also told you that I can show you GIFs of basically time lapses of a horizon that moves up and down throughout the day.
But that's not light. That's not light. You're not showing me light. You're not showing me light. What you're showing me is a mountain. You're showing me a tree. You're showing me a hill. When I look out at the horizon, I'm not seeing light.
Discording and back in, it's being weird. I don't know.
I don't know.
You can have someone who doesn't have any of that.
That's how cameras see.
Who is speaking objective truths who could lose a debate.
I've studied optics for 3 years solid. Okay, I know what's going on with the sunlight. Trust me.
You see
I
a
know
rock.
the definitions of refraction. I know what happens to polarized light. Okay.
And you can have someone who doesn't have any of that.
What's polarized?
Who is speaking objective truths
You're
who could
think
lose a
of rock
debate.
Polarized light.
So then what is the
Daylight,
point of the
sunlight.
debate? If one of these points of view is objectively true,
certain orientation.
that is something that should not be debated. Does not belong in front of an audience getting debated.
Water surface, you know? It gets polarized.
Polarized light. Light hitting a water surface is not polarized light.
Well, you're hitting
it. You get the horizontal glare, and then you get the
Bro,
refracted light under the surface. But
we're going off the deep end here, boys.
we're bouncing light off
That
of
is
a.
You guys always want to flip
should
everything
not be
over.
debated.
You flip the script.
Does not
you
belong
call
in front of an audience
refraction
getting
looming,
debated.
You think you can see all the way around the ball. It doesn't matter what you are showing, like Canagoo or San Jacinto. You just flip the script.
Tanagoo.
Yeah.
Is that the longest photography record, like the 293-mile photography record?
Sounds like you're telling me. I don't think you're asking me. I don't know.
Why I'm asking if that's what you're talking about. I think that's the observation you're talking about. That, to me, really hurts flat Earth, right? So we know in good conditions you can see 293 miles, but typically the horizon is 5 miles away, right? That gives it away right there. That's all you need.
What is 5 miles? What is 5 miles
For a
away?
globe,
When you say the horizon's 5 miles,
does that prove a globe?
what is 5 miles away?
That's congruent with the globe.
How do you know the horizon is 5 miles away?
You see that, guys? That's
What is the
exactly
horizon?
what Ruhip does with Canagoo. He says that is the strongest evidence for a globe. The thing that fucking kills my model is the one thing.
In a debate, what is the construct?
That
It's
proves it.
typically two people.
I love it.
Wow. Well, like I said, it
They
proves
don't
that
understand.
under clear conditions, you can see 293 miles if you're on a mountaintop looking at another mountaintop. So that proves that you can see, if the conditions are right, 293 miles. And then you take that, and you didn't take that.
But that's all that proves. That's all that proves, right? Isn't that all that proves? Like, if you saw 293 miles, wouldn't the only thing that established is that you can see 293 miles?
Yes. But then you apply.
Okay, but you say, okay, but. So you're saying, yes, I agree, that's all it establishes, but watch me turn that into ball Earth.
Well, you can't disregard the fact that the horizon is 5 miles away typically. But
what is the horizon? What is the horizon? What are you talking about? What is 5 miles away?
Where you can't see past the curvature of Earth.
So you've started with the established belief that Earth is a ball, and then you've gone from there. So you're not even working on your belief system. You already believe what you're trying to prove.
Well, hold on. I mean, when you can't see past something, that usually means it's obstructed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And so why? Now, can you see, I'm going to ask you this. Do you see what happens, right? Can you see why something disappears, or do you only see it disappear?
Some opposite sides of some
issue.
You
see it disappear, but...
Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. Just stop right there. So you just admitted that you do not see why something disappears. You only see that it does disappear, but then you're going to tell me why it disappears based on seeing it disappear. Do you not see? You're committing circular logic. You're saying, I know I can't see why it disappears, but watch me tell you why it disappears based on me watching it disappear.
Sides of some issue.
Oh my God, dude! I have you muted. I couldn't even hear you if I was trying to talk over you.
Well, I can prove that the reason objects disappear in almost every
prove to who? Can you prove that to me?
Yes, I can prove to you that in every circumstance I could possibly conceive of, the reason that you can't see something is because it's obstructed.
Typically two
by
people.
a physical object.
Okay, but I will never believe that the reason I can't see a boat is because it's traveling underneath my feet on a ball. You'll never convince me of that. I do agree that I do agree that after a while we can't see the boat. That's fact. Can't deny that. Now, what I will deny is after we both watch the exact same thing, you come to me and go, I know why that happened. And I'm going to be like, you can't possibly. One, because you just said you can't see why things disappear. You only see that they do. So you're only telling me your beliefs right now. That's all you're doing.
No, I'm telling you.
Yes. How are you not? Okay, hold on. Let's go slow. Did we both watch the boat go over the horizon? We both saw the exact same thing, right?
Yes, and we saw.
Okay, hold on. Now start from there. So how do you get more information than I did when we both saw the exact same thing?
I'm referencing reality, and you're refusing.
No, I saw reality. I saw the exact. So am I. I saw the boat disappear. Now we didn't see why. We only saw it disappear. Now you're coming to me and going, I know why, and I'm saying, but you can't. And you're saying, I know I can't, but here's why.
I can say we saw why. We saw because the water was in front of me.
Hold on. When I drop a rock,
Do I see the rock fall, or do I see why it falls?
You see the rock fall. That's not
Exactly. Which means by default, logically, we never see why something happens. We only see that it does. Hold on. Don't agree with me here. We only see that something happens. We never see why it happens. Do you agree with that?
No.
Okay. So when you see a rock fall or you see a boat go over the horizon, you can see not only the act of the rock falling and the boat going over the horizon, but you can also see an additional set of information of why it happens.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. You believe so. So now what you're saying is that you see A, right? A would be boat go over horizon or rock falling. That's A. Now you're saying I see A, but I also see B, which is why it happens. And I'm saying, no, you only see A. The B is your beliefs, which you don't see, you insert.
Yeah, I think that's a horrible analogy.
No, it's not. Well, I would think it's a horrible analogy too if it proved how I'm inserting my beliefs into what actually happens. Of course, you're going to think that. You're getting blown out of the water. You wouldn't want to agree with that.
And then everyone walks away.
Let me line up my case here, and you tell me what the problem with it is, okay? Right? I can put my hand in front of my computer right now, and I can obstruct it, right? And I can put a drink behind. I can lower the drink behind my computer, and I can see it disappear. I can do this with any object on Earth, and I can show you that in every case conceivable, the reason I can't see that object is because there's an object in front of it, right?
Okay, hold on. Let me stop you there. And I'm going to show you why you're wrong. Okay, so tell me why putting your hand in front of your face blocks your vision.
Because it's obstructed.
No, but why? You're just telling me, hold on. You're saying, when I put my hand in front of my face, I can't see. We know that. That's established. Hand in front of your face, you can't see. That's the fact, that's the laws. Now tell me why.
Because it's obstructed.
And then there's
we know that. Don, you're just telling me what we already know. I have a hand in front of my face and it's it's obscuring my vision. Yes, we agree. Why does that happen? Why can't I see through my hand?
Because it's a physical object.
Why? Why can't I see through physical objects? Tell me why.
Well, you can't see through non-opaque.
Why? You're just telling me that I can't. You're just repeating. Oh no, you're not listening. We know by observation. Listen. We know by observation I cannot see through my hand. That we know. So don't tell me because you can't see through it. Tell me mechanically why I cannot see through my hand. Because all we know is that I can't. Now tell me why I can't.
Because light is being blocked.
No. How do you know light is being? What does that mean? What does that mean? Light is being blocked. Explain that mechanically.
It's hitting the back of my hand, and that.
How do you know light is hitting the back? How do you know? Hold on. How do you know light is hitting the back of your hand? Do you see it hitting your hand?
Yeah, because I can set up.
No. Don't say because. So we see light hitting the back of our hand.
Yeah, I can set up a camera and see.
No. You put. Hold on. No camera. We have your hand in front of your face. You said you see light hitting your hand. Now, how come when I hold my hand up, I don't see light hitting it?
Well, you need to look at the edge.
But I'm looking at the edge of my hand. Here, I'll bring it up on camera.
And you are fucking. Yeah, you don't actually.
There's a light on. You see light. All I see is my hand.
I see light. Hold on. Hold your hand up and drop something in front of you.
If that's the hand, you're seeing.
Is that camera doing that for everyone, or is it just me?
like, right? All I see is my hand.
No, you got to look at. Hold
on.
Position your hand. I want you to position your hand to block.
Put your hand in front of you. If your hand is bigger than your face.
Yeah, okay. So
What are you, bro?
Put
What are you
your hand in front of the camera lens. Put your hand in front of the camera lens to block your face from seeing the camera.
Okay, there you go.
So I can see the light hitting the back of your hand.
No, you see my hand. You're looking at my hand. That is my hand. Do you see? That is my hand, bro. That's not light.
I see the light hitting the back of your hand.
No, that's what my hand looks like. That's not what light looks like. Bro, my hands can't look like two things. My hand can't look like light and my hand. It only looks like my hand.
Bro, do you not know? Have you ever heard of light before?
Let your light shine, Chris.
Like, come on, man. You're not being serious.
I'm being serious. You're telling me you're seeing two things. You're seeing light and my hand. That's two separate things. I'm only seeing my hand. So I'm asking you, where's the second thing I'm supposed to do?
In order to see
in here, this is in here. Somebody's light is bouncing around. Oh, my God. Cannot see the mechanism of vision. You're trying to tell me how and why you see. You can't. You only see.
You're kidding.
No, I'm 100% not kidding, bro. You cannot see why you see.
You are shitting on 100 years of science right now.
Bro, you should hear what I do with Newton's laws.
Yeah.
And those are 400 years old.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm a mechanical engineer. We use those laws to build your
you
fucking
use reality.
Your house.
You use reality. I've built plenty of things.
Constant velocity is only in a linear path, in a straight line, in a right line. Correct?
What? Say that again?
He's not an engineer, right? He tried this one with us last time. Right, we were doing hydrostatic pressure. Remember?
I already told you guys how to engineer.
I'll post something in chat. I'll post some notes from my engineering days, okay? Somebody tells me what laws...
My engineering days?
Well, school. I mean...
School.
You couldn't make that right there.
What? I just made one. That's what I just had.
You made a pizza? You made the dough?
Yeah.
Literally making some dough.
Bro, there's no way you use gravity to make pizza dough.
No, I use gravity to make pizza dough?
Bro, because I make pizza dough every day and I never use gravity. Like, I do all these things that you tell me I need to use, but I don't use them. Oh, you can't build something without gravity. I did it yesterday.
Was that a flat Earth model in your oven?
Right.
Yeah.
Reflecting on the winner. So who wins the debate? It's often the person
Newton's laws.
who's charismatic.
No,
I can prove Newton's laws to you trivially in your kitchen.
It's related to charisma, of course.
I could prove Newton's wrong right
has
now.
A good way with
because
words,
he says an object in motion
vocabulary.
stays in motion, but it doesn't.
And you can have someone
An
who doesn't
object in
have any
motion
of
stays
that,
in motion unless
who is
acted on
speaking
by a
objective
force.
truths,
okay,
who
hold
could
on,
lose
hold
a
on.
debate.
Now, I would tell you, I can fly unless acted upon by forces.
Points of
right?
view is objectively true.
Could I say that?
That is something
Okay, now
that
can I fly?
should not be debated.
No,
does not
you have to-
belong.
Okay, hold on. Stop right there. Just stop right there. This is a point I'm trying to make. So if I said I can fly unless acted upon by forces, I can't actually fly. So that first part I would be lying about. So if somebody else said an object in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by another force, that would be the exact same vernacular. Something that doesn't happen, right?
You lost me, dude.
Okay, so if I said, let's just
You
say...
really lost you on that?
Yeah, okay, well, simplify it. I can fly unless acted upon by forces, or an object will stay in motion unless acted upon by forces. So two things that I'm saying will happen unless acted upon by forces. Can I fly?
If you have a force acting on you.
No,
Or
I'm
if you're
asking.
already in
I'm
motion.
asking you right now. Can I fly?
If you get a jetpack or something, sure.
No. Well, no. Just right now. Can I fly? If there were no, have you ever seen a human fly?
Are you in motion?
Well, bro, this is where you're getting away from. The point. You're starting with something that you can't establish as true. So I can't establish that I can fly, and you would be like, well, why not? I'd be like, well, because I'm under the influence of these forces. So you have two options. You can accept that I can fly if there were no forces, which then you would have to say that I can fly, except now I can't when there's forces, but I can still fly. Or you can say, no, you cannot fly, and you would have to establish that you could. Now, with Newton, he establishes that these objects are flying. They're staying in motion, even though he can't establish that.
Dude, you have such a warped understanding of this. I don't even like. You're so wrong. I can't
Actually,
even.
that totally made a lot of sense right there. Yeah.
Yeah, funny how it doesn't to the engineer.
What part
made
of it
sense
did?
to me as well too.
Like I don't even know how. The law is objects that are in motion stay in motion unless acted on by.
Point of view is objectively true.
Name
that is
the
something
object.
that
Okay.
should not be.
Yeah. Have you ever seen an object stay in
does
motion?
not
Though
belong
that's my
in
question.
front of an audience getting debated.
There's these.
When does an object stay in motion?
Yes,
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
What is it?
There's these,
Listen to my words very carefully.
Listen to me very carefully.
Don't debate something that is or is not objectively true.
I have done personal calculations.
What?
Come on. What are you? Where? Show us this.
I have to pull up a video. You want me to show you a video of it?
Oh, bro, I can show you a video of anything. I'm asking in the real world.
Because it's being acted upon by a force.
Yes, you have to have. The
Okay,
law
but the law states what will happen. The law states what will happen when there are no forces present. Because it says an object in motion will stay in motion unless. Now, how do you know what will happen when there are no forces present if there have never been no forces present to establish what will happen? You don't. You're just assuming. Because you need this belief system that perpetual motion exists in this nothingness. So you've created an imagination physics. This is what you're doing.
No, it's not really perpetual motion. At some point it will end.
Bro, but that's not the law. Okay? Now you're citing my law. My law states that an object in motion will not stay in motion. That's what I'm saying. And now you're agreeing with it. But then you're still defaulting to an object will stay in motion. So look, you can't have it both ways. Either an object doesn't stay in motion or it stays in motion. You got to pick one.
No, you can. Who says that everything exists in a vacuum?
Bro, I'm not. You're having up and down.
Well, let me talk for a second. You're acting as if everything is a vacuum. You can. There's a lot of forces that exist in nature. Wind resistance, for one, the gravitational force, if you don't want to call it that, whatever is attracting things to Earth. There's temperature gradients. There's all kinds of things, magnetic forces. There's all kinds of forces that interplay in real life.
My helium balloon being attracted to the Earth.
Well, I mean, that's a man-made engineered object, right? So we know why that a man made it engineered it to float, right?
Okay, but
you engineered helium to float.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's brilliant.
We didn't engineer helium.
Well, like we.
You think humans engineered helium to do that? Are you crazy?
No, I think engineers engineered the balloon to put the helium in.
Well, I was thinking about a helium balloon too. Couldn't you use a helium balloon for a vertical instead of a plumb bob?
Yeah, the air was very, very still.
Well, I mean, the air has to be pretty still for a plumb bob too, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, usually a plumb bob has a mass that's probably 100 to 1,000 times heavier than a helium balloon. So, on the order of 100 to 1,000, yes.
Yeah,
what if I had 1,000 helium balloons?
Or what if you're inside?
Well, if the air is still, yes, you could use a helium balloon as a plumb bob. And you know the equation for buoyancy.
Well, I heard somebody say that a plumb bob wouldn't work without gravity.
A plumb bob wouldn't work without gravity.
But what if I use a helium balloon instead of a plumb bob?
Well, the equation for buoyancy uses gravity.
I don't, who cares about the equation? It practically demonstrates some shit.
Well, I can demonstrate to you that I have an equation.
You can measure to the millimeter.
Bro, you can't demonstrate an equation. Stop.
Yeah, I can. Stop. I can demonstrate to you that I have an equation that will perfectly.
Well, you can write numbers on a board. How do you demonstrate an equation?
Measure.
No, measurement is not demonstrating an equation. A measurement is taking a measurement.
Yes, I write down. So I know I write down. Hold on, let me see if I saw this picture.
Bro, hold on. Do you think? Are you equating taking a measurement with whatever the fuck you just said before that I forgot?
Hey, 50.
An equation. An equation, yeah.
Have you ever heard of a free body diagram?
Hey, 50, look at debate discussion if you get a chance.
Debate discussion?
Yes, I've heard of a free body diagram.
Okay, you think that space is vacuum? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, what's vacuum? What's a vacuum measured in?
I don't know. There's a whole lot of shit out there in the interplanetary medium.
Yeah, do you know what a vacuum is measured in?
You can measure it in many different things. You can PSI, newtons, KPS. You know, it's all numbers. It's all numbers to represent reality. That's all your vacuum is. A bunch of numbers.
Well, my point was it's a pressure. My point was it's a pressure.
Water, my friend.
Yeah, but you don't know what you're measuring. Yeah, but again, you don't know that you're removing all of the stuff, right? You're putting a gauge, and you're looking at the gauge. You're not seeing the reason, right? So when you think, oh well, there's nothing in that container, people think of vacuum. When you pull a vacuum, you have an area of nothing.
Well, it's not pure nothingness. There's always going to be some molecules bouncing around.
Oh, no. Oh, well, but you think those molecules are bouncing around in nothing.
In nothing? What do you... No.
Well, okay, so if you pull a vacuum and there's 7 atoms in this jar, what's in between those atoms?
Just space. Empty space.
It's nothing. There's no physical matter, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so nothing. So you think there is nothing in existence between atoms, when nothing is anti-existence. Nothing means to not exist. And you think the thing that exists between 2 atoms is the thing that we use to define non-existence.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so then there is some. So okay. So you don't. So then there must be something between the atoms, right?
Space.
Oh no, but that space must be when you say space, are you talking about a physical medium between the atoms, or are you talking about an empty void of nothing?
I'm talking about dimensions, like a cube, right? I have
Okay.
a cube of
Okay,
space.
but is that okay? You're not listening. Are those dimensions a void of nothing, or are those dimensions physical matter?
It's not physical matter, but it doesn't.
Okay, so it's a void of nothing. So you're measuring a void of nothing.
A void of emptiness.
Yeah, a void of nothing. So there's nothing in there. You're measuring nothing. That's what you're telling me.
No, we're measuring.
That's what you're saying. You're saying, listen to what you're saying. Bro, you're saying I have a box of nothing. And I'm measuring how. Hold on. You're not listening. You're talking. You're telling me you can measure how much nothing is in this box.
No, I'm telling you I can measure how many atoms are in the box.
Well, but I'm talking about the space between the atoms. Now you're saying the bigger the box.
You don't think there's space between atoms?
Bro, this is your argument. You're telling me the bigger the box gets with the same amount of atoms. So you have 5 atoms in a box. You make the box bigger. You're telling me you're making more nothing for those atoms to bounce around in. How do you make more nothing?
Are you joking?
Are you? This is your argument.
You can't be serious right now.
Dude, he can't
I'm
think
asking you
inside
couldn't
the
be
box
serious with this.
or outside the box.
Bro, you're the one that's telling me.
I don't even know how to respond to that because that's so.
Yeah, I don't. It is your argument is unresponsible. You cannot give a response to somebody that says there's atoms bouncing around in nothing. You're right. You can't. What do you say to
It's just
somebody?
physical space. Do you think physical space doesn't exist?
No,
You
I
think
mean,
that-
well, no.
Wait, hold on,
I'm
hold on.
saying.
Wait, hold on.
I'm saying there must be something. I
physical
say
space-
something must take up physical space. Because if you're going to say that you can have physical space, but there's nothing in it, you're saying you can have nothing occupy space, which is kind of retarded. Not kind of. It is retarded.
Occupying space.
Well, you got to have something in that space. How do you know that you have a space if you don't have something to occupy it? You're making nothing.
Dimensions. You measure it.
Dimensions of what? What are you measuring?
With the ruler.
Measure what? The nothing that is in this space?
No, the dimension, the length,
The dimensions of what? If I have a cup, that cup has dimensions. If I have nothing, I can't measure the dimensions of nothing. So when you're measuring the dimensions, what are you measuring the dimensions of?
Length, width, and height.
Of
Physical
what?
Space, distance.
Of what? You can't, bro. Okay? Do you understand that if you had an infinite amount of physical space, you couldn't measure physical space? You would need boundaries. Now you're telling me you're measuring the empty void of infinity.
I'm distance. Like this is
the distance of what?
From point A to point B.
But your point A can't be nothing.
It's the begin. What?
Okay, if you have a tennis ball and the tennis ball is bouncing between a wall, right? There must be space, a physical object between those two walls, because if there was nothing between those walls, they would be touching. So in order to have an object moving, it has to move around in something. That something we agree. Now that something it's moving around in must be an actual object, or else that something becomes nothing.
No. That's not
yes.
Nothing.
Nothing means.
Nothing would
do you agree that? Oh yeah. Okay, but when you say space, you're talking about an area of nothing. There's no physical matter. You're saying there's no physical matter. There's not an atom. There's not a molecule. There's nothing. There's an area of nothing.
Dude, this isn't that complicated. Like, let's just say.
Yeah, this is you're right. This is your argument. You say atoms bounce around in nothing.
Okay. I got a vacuum chamber, okay? It's a 1 foot cubed box, okay? There exists inside that box something called space. It has dimensions.
No, stop. I'm going to stop you there.
We live in a three-dimensional world, right?
Hold on. No. There is air inside that box.
Yes.
There's not
I pump out the air.
No. You can't interchange space and air. They're two completely different concepts. Okay, air is a physical object that we move through. In order to move, you displace air. Now your thing is nothing, anti-air. It is you moving through nothing. Two totally different fucking concepts. We don't move through nothing. We move through
air. Vacuum when you take the air out. Is there anything left in there? If there's
got a bit of fuzz coming from your mic there, DP.
Well, there's something. It would be space.
What is it?
Atoms.
What is it in there?
An hour and a half.
An hour and a half?
Of what's in a fucking glass jar when you hook a pump up to it.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I've been around flat Earth community for 3 years. I've never heard somebody argue that space cannot exist.
You never answered
3
my
coplanar
question,
points,
by the way.
and bam,
Yeah,
there's the radius of the Earth.
When you pull the air out of the vacuum, what's in there?
Well, there would be a few atoms left, and then there would be
what?
Well, it'd be if it was atmosphere was in there before, it'd be of nitrogen and oxygen mainly.
No, but
So
you
it's
pulled
not
that
a
out.
vacuum.
Yeah, you pulled all the nitrogen and oxygen out. What's inside that vacuum chamber now?
Physical space.
What is physical? What the fuck is physical space, bro?
Length, width, and height, dude.
Bro,
It's
you're
just the
talking about
distance.
nothing.
Yeah, it's the distance
No, I'm
between
talking
physical
about
objects, right?
Space.
Hey, I invited Brad to come in. He showed up. What's up, Brad?
What's up?
Like you guys are saying, in order for length, width, and height to exist, there has to be something within that. That is absurd.
Yes, absolutely. Because what you're doing, because what you're doing is if you don't have a physical object occupying the space, right? Now, this is where you get down into logical things, right? Now, in order to have something, that something must have a boundary. Because if you can't tell me where my phone ends and the air begins, you can't have my phone. Because how would you know where my phone is but where the air isn't, right? So in order to have a phone occupying space, there must be these boundaries of objects. Now, you're just removing all of that. You're just saying you don't need boundaries. You could just have empty fucking space of nothing.
No, we have a boundary. That's the box of the vacuum.
No, okay, but now you're saying inside that box, you have where's the boundary? What separates what's in the box from the box?
Space.
But that's not a boundary. Space. When you say space, you don't have a thing with a boundary. So how do I know where the box stops and where space begins if space isn't a thing with a boundary?
The boundary is the edge of the box, bro.
But you only know that the box stops because something else begins.
Yes, distance.
No, distance is not a thing. Distance is a measure of. No, distance is not a thing. You cannot hold distance. You can hold a rock and then put a distance measurement to that rock. Distance is a measurement of objects. Now you're trying to reify distance into a fucking thing because you're a baller.
The distance is a measure.
Yes, so distance is not an object that can be in between two objects.
So you're telling me I can't have 12 inches between one side of a piece of glass and another side of a piece of glass? Okay, but
no, you can have a 12-inch piece of glass. Now, what would happen if let's say you have a 12-inch piece of glass and air on both sides. You remove the glass. The air is now touching because there is nothing in between them. Now, when you take that same logic and apply it to an atom, if there's nothing physical to separate those atoms, they're touching. You can't have nothing separate something. But that's what you operate on. Because that's your belief system.
That's modern physics and chemistry.
It's not a physics.
The entire foundation of the modern world, bro.
No, the entire foundation of the modern world doesn't rely on nothing being something. It's actually the complete fucking opposite. We rely on something being something, not nothing. Because if you had nothing, if I had my hands out, right, and there's nothing in between my hands they're touching. So if you have two atoms, there's nothing in between them. Space is not a thing.
Space isn't a thing.
3 coplanar points.
What is a thing?
There's the radius of the Earth.
You tell me a thing.
Thing would be an object.
Thing has properties, right?
3 coplanar points.
No, hold on. A thing is an object. A physical object. Okay, so you're telling me, hold on. You're saying you can have a non-physical thing.
If something has properties, it's a thing.
No. Can you have a non-physical thing?
Yes.
Like a soul?
Well, like
No. Don't go to something else. No. Let's use the soul. The soul has no physicality, so we can have a soul, right?
Sure.
Okay, that's the world you fucking live in, dumbass. You have to say yes to a soul so that you could say yes to whatever other bullshit you want to believe.
I was just giving
you had to. I know you do. That's why I use these arguments. When you say that non-physical things can be in existence, you have to accept the soul.
No, we can say the soul is
Yes, you do. The soul is non-physical. You believe non-physical things. You show me the soul physically then.
Just because I can't show it to you physically doesn't mean it's not physical.
Oh, so I can't show you Santa. Does that mean he exists?
No, it doesn't mean.
Oh
he
well,
doesn't.
there you go. You know, right? You know instinctually if you can't show something, that means it most likely doesn't exist, right? And we start on that foundation. If I can't show you Santa, he doesn't exist. But then you, when you go to your beliefs, flip it. Even though you've never seen it, it can still exist because belief.
I can show you space, dude.
No, you can only show me air.
No, incorrect. I can pump
Never show
out.
me an empty, you'll never show me an empty space of nothing. You'll never do that.
I can.
Yeah,
No,
what's
you
in there?
I can show you
Air?
a vacuum chamber with mostly
But
all
that's
air.
not
all the
that's
air
not
pumped
nothing.
out.
Then what's
No,
in
that's
there?
your beliefs.
What's left in there?
Space.
What?
Length, like we can describe dimensions to
What's
it.
in
Right?
there?
It's like 1 foot
Ether?
by 1 foot by 1 foot cubed. Right? It has properties. It has length, width, and height. It has properties that describe what that object is.
Right. Can I add here that I got a t-shirt made, right? That says space is just the distance between physical objects. Are they the dimensions that you're talking about?
No, space isn't the distance between physical objects. Space is just the distance in any direction. It doesn't have anything to do with physical objects.
But where does that distance end? Well, like, how do you measure that distance? That's what I was saying. It's between physical objects, right? Because you can't measure it otherwise. Where does it end?
I can measure. I can take a ruler, and I can measure a foot by a foot by a foot, and then I can remove the ruler, and that still area is still defined.
What's defined?
The area, the volume that I just defined by showing you it's 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot cubed, right? I can define an area or a volume.
You can imagine it, right?
I can remove the measuring device.
Yeah, and you can imagine it. Yeah, then you can imagine it. The ruler still being there, right?
Sure.
Yeah, you're into the realms of imagination, yeah. I mean, yeah.
You guys are fucking just incredible. Space doesn't exist. Distance isn't a real thing.
Incredible. I like that. You could have said
Incredible.
brilliant.
Yeah, we are.
Brilliant would have
Fantastic.
been better.
I mean, that is beyond absurd. You might as well tell me the grass is blue and the sky is purple. I mean, it's just beyond absurd.
Kentucky. Yeah.
How is it absurd to say that nothing doesn't exist?
Nobody said nothing doesn't. I'm not saying nothing exists.
You're saying
I'm
you
saying
can have empty space.
Space exists.
That's space. Space is nothing.
No, it's not. Or we'd call it nothing. There's two different words.
Okay.
There's space and then there's nothing. They're two different words. They have two different definitions.
Yeah, but in reality, you have to measure something. Okay? Now, when you think when you stick a ruler in the air, you're measuring nothing. You're measuring space. No, you're measuring air.
Okay, buddy.
No, you're just waving your ruler around in the air. You're not measuring anything.
Why can't I measure something in the air?
What is it you are measuring?
It's fucking space.
Space is invisible, right?
Right.
Is space invisible? Okay, hold on. Is space invisible?
Yeah, space would be invisible.
Okay. So you're telling me you can measure something that is invisible.
Yeah, we can measure electromagnetic radiation.
You can measure something invisible.
Yeah,
you are out of mind. Bro, how do you? You're not talking about holding. You're talking about physically.
Have you ever heard of radar?
Physically measuring you're talking about physically measuring the distance of something invisible. That's fucking crazy. How would you know where it started and where it ended?
Have you ever heard of radar, my dude? It's invisible.
Bro, don't talk about radar. Fuck radar.
We can measure
No, bro, I don't care about radar. I want to know how you measure something invisible.
With the fucking ruler.
But you can't see where to put the fucking ruler.
With a fucking ruler. How big of a ruler you got?
Bro, you're trying to. Where do you put the rule? If you this object is invisible, we have an invisible object. Now, where do you put your ruler so you know where it starts? Because the fucking thing is invisible.
Anywhere you want. We exist in
Then what the
three-dimensional
fuck
space.
are you measuring? You're just waving a ruler around. You're not measuring anything. You're just waving a ruler around your head. If I told you I measured if I said my table's invisible, I can't see it, but I put a ruler up and I can measure it, you would fucking laugh at me. You'd be like, this guy's measuring something he doesn't even know where the fucking table is. He's going to measure it. But then you're going to turn around and say the exact same fucking thing. Ironically, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah, dude. Space doesn't exist. It isn't a real thing. We don't live in a three-dimensional world.
That you're saying you're measuring, bro. Forget space. You just told me you can measure something that is invisible. Think about that.
Yes, bro. Just like radio waves. You measure all kinds of things that are invisible.
No, hold on. You're saying
many things that are invisible.
You can have something that is invisible, and you can measure its dimensions. That's what you're fucking telling me.
You can define an area of space. This is beyond silly.
When you say measure radiation, all you're talking about is your fucking Geiger counter, okay? When you say you're measuring the physical dimensions of something invisible, that is a completely different mechanism than measuring radiation. You cannot physically measure the dimensions of an invisible object.
Well, it's not an object. Well, I get.
Well, then you can't measure it, bro. If it's
in the sense that it's just
not an object.
My God, this is.
Bro, if it's not an object and if it's not an object and it's invisible, it is outside the means of measurements.
We can still define a volume.
Bro, come on. I don't give a shit what you can define. If it's invisible and it has no physical fucking properties, you can't physically measure it. Done.
Physical properties, length, width, and height.
That's not a physical property.
It's not a physical property.
Nope. That's not a physical property.
What is it?
It's not a physical property.
If it's not a physical property,
okay, then show me just length. Show me the physical property of length by itself.
Show me radar by itself.
No. I'm not making a claim. You made the claim that length was a physical property, so I'm asking for you to verify that claim.
That's just an axiom. Okay.
Oh, that's not an axiom. See now you can't back your axioms up. I can back. I'll start. In order to measure, you have to have an object in which you're measuring.
Yes.
How do you like that? How's that axiom?
Yes, but
that's good.
Well, hold on. You said yes, but. So do you like my axiom or do you not? Because when you say but, you mean forget everything I just said. And you just said yes, but. So is it yes or is it the but?
Well, we're not measuring an object. We're measuring space.
Okay. Well, so now what we have to do is can you measure something that doesn't exist or something that isn't an object?
Yes.
Okay, so Santa is not an object. How would you measure him?
That's absurd. I can.
Oh, exactly. It is absurd to try and measure a non-object. You're right. It is absurd. Now, hold on. Whether you call that non-object Santa or whether you call that non-object space, it's equally ridiculous.
Dude, this is flat Earth. You literally can't even get past the
your argument is measuring a non-object.
This is flat Earth. We can't even discuss the fact that three-dimensional space exists. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about the measurement of a physical object. Now, I'm saying in order to have a measurement of a physical object, one of the requirements is a physical object.
I'm talking about measuring distance.
Coplanar points, and bam.
You're talking about measuring a physical object.
Distance would be between two objects. Now, what you're going to try and say is that you can have a non-physical object and measure between that, which is just ridiculous.
No, I can do it right now.
No, you can't.
I can hold up a ruler and I can define 12 inches from.
No, you're just holding a ruler up.
Yes, and that shows you that there's.
No, that's all you're doing. No, there's nothing more. You did nothing more. You didn't measure anything. You didn't measure anything. You held a ruler up. You didn't measure an object. You held a ruler up.
I proved to you that there's 12
No,
inches.
you proved to me
here and there.
You proved to me you could hold a ruler up.
Point B.
No, point. When you say point A, you mean the start of the ruler, the physical object, and when you say point B, you mean the end of the ruler, point B. Yes. So if I remove, hold up, okay, no. Now if we remove the ruler, which was the physical object, you don't have a point A and a point B.
Yes, you still have that point.
No. Well, okay, hold on. Where's the without the ruler? Show me that point A, point B.
I just defined it. Why do I have to show it to
No.
you?
Hang on. Slow down. When you picked up the ruler is a physical object that has boundaries. It starts at 1 and ends at 12. That's the physical object that has boundaries. That's what you've shown me. Now, we remove the ruler. Now you haven't measured anything.
Okay, dude. I didn't measure anything.
You're right. Okay, I'm glad we agree.
This is probably one of the top 3 or 4 conversations I've ever had with Flat Earther. The absurdity of this is just
one of the best. Wow, that's high ranking. Well done. 3 or 4. How long have you been around there? 50.
I've been around about 3 years, and
wow,
this is the first
3. It was 5, and then it went down to 4. He's just dropped to 3, and this is one of the best conversations you've ever had. Honoured. 50.
Damn.
I have to look. I think it's about 3.5. I might have said 5 accidentally.
Wow.
I think it's about. I'd have to go back and look and see the first time I went on Nathan Oakley show, but I think it's about 3.5.
What we down to about now? About 20 or something. How many's he knocked off tonight?
So it was at 27. He's down to 20 from 5 years to 3 years. We're just chopping this tree down.
Yeah, I think I was kind of multitasking. I don't know why I spit out 5. It's like 3.5.
And yeah, and after 3.5 years, this is the dumbest argument, or this is the worst, or whatever it is.
This is one of the silliest arguments I've ever heard. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm honored then.
Well, you should be.
Not by the 50.
Whoa.
Yeah, you should check out my law of motion.
So according to you, basically, if we remove all the gas from a container, basically the walls should just suck. There'd be no distance.
So what's left in there?
You can't do that. I'm saying you can't remove all of the matter from an area. There will always be something there.
You don't think there's distance between atoms?
I don't think there's atoms.
That's what makes the difference between like basically the states of matter, right? You have a solid, you have a liquid, and you have a gas. And a gas is defined by the fact that there's a distance between each of the molecules.
Isn't a gas just bouncing solids?
Do what?
Isn't a gas just bouncing solids?
No.
So is it? What do you mean no? So like a gas particle? Wouldn't that be like a solid?
The states of matter are a relationship between the atoms in the vicinity. So you couldn't define
what state of matter
atom as solid.
I was going to ask, what state of matter is an atom?
One atom, it has no state of matter.
What do you mean? So it doesn't exist?
No, a state of matter is a relationship between the atoms around.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're expanding the air molecules like cells within the vacuum. There's got to be something in there.
I'm just saying, like, it's literally a relationship.
You know where the atomic model comes from?
There's a long history of it, but originally it was like the plum pudding model from I forget his name, but the exact where it comes from a long time ago, dude.
No, it's Brownian motion?
Yes, Brownian motion.
Okay, so that's the basis.
No, it goes way back further than that, dude.
Nope. Sorry. Doesn't. So do you know what the idea of Brownian motion is?
Yes, you can see that, like, basically little pollen molecules being pushed around.
What are
the atoms.
what are the two parts of Brownian motion? There's two. You need two things to have Brownian motion.
You need atoms, and you need basically, I think it's pollen they typically use that's sitting on top of like a liquid surface.
Wrong. Completely wrong.
Okay,
You,
well, let me look this up real quick.
Okay, I'll help you out. I'll tell you this, and then you tell me if I'm right. You need a medium, and you need individual particles in that medium.
That's literally what I just said.
No, it's not quite literally, but okay. Okay, so do you agree with what I'm saying?
You need liquid. It's gotta be liquid.
I didn't say it had to be liquid. I said you need a medium. So you need
I'm saying you need
physical
liquid.
substance.
Liquid is a medium.
Okay. Well, we're in agreement. The only thing is, I'm not getting specific on what that medium has to be, right? If you want to call it liquid, you can call it whatever you want. There has to be a physical substance, A, the medium, and physical substance, B, the particles moving in that medium. That's Brownian motion.
Yeah.
Now, you're ballers. They remove A, the medium, and they make that medium empty space.
What?
You don't see that? So atoms don't move around in a medium. Atoms move around in nothing.
Well, I thought you said nothing can't exist.
Exactly. So there must be a medium in which, even if you believe in atoms, which I don't, but if you do, there must be a medium in which they're moving around in.
The medium is the relationship between atoms, so it's the.
No, but that's not a medium. See, now when you go back to Brownian motion, the relationship between the particles is not the medium. The medium is physical substance.
Yes, which is made up of atoms.
So
you heard of chemistry?
Yeah, I was very good in school. So if you have the medium and then the movement of the individual particles, that's how that works. Now, when you translate that to air, you have to have still the physical medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, and empty space is not a physical medium.
It doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
But what it was like, you were right there. He was like Joey, right? He was like, yeah, he was like, you were there, man.
Dude, how can you say you don't exist in atoms? You don't believe in atoms, dude. Chemistry is like a live field you can go in, like, to be an electrician.
You never see a gold atom.
Be a chemist, bro.
But you never see atoms, bro. When you boil water,
we have methods.
No, you don't. When have you seen an atom in real life?
Electron scanning microscope.
No. The electron microscope is not a fucking picture. It's an image on the screen.
Yes, correct.
Okay, now that image, when it'll show you, it looks like what? A ball and then like a line touching a ball, right? And then you have like the dark area. Now, you just assume that dark area is nothing. That dark area, for all you know, could be air. And you're just looking at, like,
because it would bounce off of that, and you would.
No, well, how do you know? Maybe it's just thin. Like, okay, but the image, it doesn't. The image, like an X-ray, right? Picture an X-ray. It would be like, oh, if there was skin, it should bounce off of it, but it doesn't. It goes right through the skin and only bounces off the bones. So you're looking at like hold on. This is actually a good point I've never made before. So you're looking at like an air X-ray, right? And all you see is the bones, and you're assuming there's no skin. It's the same idea.
No, you can see the skin. It's opaque. It's just not as pronounced.
Oh, bro, you understand that just because you can see the physical structure of the quote-unquote thing through the electron microscope doesn't mean there's not a medium surrounding it that you can't see.
Dude, you guys are absurd, man. Y'all deny the most basic of basic shit.
Bro, bro, what are you talking about? I walk around bro, let me tell you, I'm 37 years old. I've never, outside of pictures on a TV screen, I've never seen a fucking atom in my life. Yeah, okay, so
you're too small.
I'm supposed to just accept that this is like settled fucking science, something I've never seen in my life before? Why? Why should I just believe that?
I mean, that's like saying I've never seen somebody die of brain cancer. I'm supposed to accept people die of brain cancer.
You ever see Santa Claus?
I never see people die of pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer isn't real.
Okay, but here we're
I
talking
never see
about
I
an
never see
object.
people die of leukemia. People don't die of leukemia. You could say that for fucking thousands of things.
Yeah,
It's an
you could,
absurd thing.
bro. Have you ever seen anyone? You ever seen anyone die of COVID?
Yeah, my grandfather.
Okay, how did you? What did the COVID look like?
You want me to send you a picture?
No, I don't want to see your grandfather. You said you saw COVID kill him, right? If I saw somebody die from a knife and somebody was like, what did the knife look like? I'd be like, well, it had a big black handle, a sharp blade on it. Now, if you saw him die of COVID, tell me what COVID looked like. But you didn't die of COVID.
Saw him die of COVID. I said he died of COVID.
No, well, how do you know he died of COVID if you didn't see COVID kill him?
Because I trust people. I trust.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't trust.
Yeah, and we come and
we can't trust the
it comes down to trust. Well, what if a priest? What if a priest told you that?
You know about 4 or 5 people that
Priest
have
told you that your grandfather died. Like the priest was like, your grandfather died because he didn't pray enough.
Hold on. Let me tell you, we know.
You trust the priest?
We know many people that have had it, and they
No, hold on. I'm asking you this: would you trust the priest?
No, I don't trust the priest.
Okay, so you won't trust a priest who said your grandfather died from God and sins, but you'll trust a scientist who said he died from COVID?
Yes, because they can literally they have labs and science and literal.
You ever been to those labs?
Educational sources that show
you. Ever been to the lab?
Step by step. Yes.
Have you ever been to the lab?
Yes.
And you seen the COVID yourself?
No.
Okay, so that's more faith. Would you say that's like faith?
Well, I'd say it's in a preposterous amount of evidence.
Yeah. What evidence? What evidence have you seen that tells you COVID is real outside of your faith?
Every single person that we've known had
Name one thing specific. No, don't give me this bullshit of everything, because that's what Jesus freaks say. Oh, everything is proof of God. The sun is proof. Birds are proof of God. Tell me specifically what you saw that convinced you COVID is real.
You didn't even let me finish.
Well, because you don't have it.
Would you shut up for a second? Let me speak. Everybody we've known that has reported having COVID had the symptoms that were reported in the media that COVID will give you.
Okay, but I didn't. Okay, so you're telling me that your empirical evidence that COVID is real is a whole bunch of people telling you they've had similar symptoms.
They were diagnosed with COVID, and they reported symptoms that were the exact same symptoms that COVID is reported to have.
Okay, so all I'm asking you, how do you know those symptoms aren't caused because they're all sinners?
Don't give me a break, dude.
Well, if you're going to tell me it all comes from COVID, that's exactly how you sound. That's what you sound like. You say, all these people got sick because of COVID. And I'm like, how do I know it's not because they're sinners? And you're like, oh, that's ridiculous. All you're telling me is, oh, you got sick because you didn't wear a cloth mask. You're giving me your religion.
I'm giving you science, dude. There's mountains of data.
But you're not. I asked you for the science. And you said people get fevers. Okay, people get fevers. I agree.
Hold on. So if I dig up some science, you're gonna believe it?
You're gonna dig up science, or you're gonna send me an article written by some person you never met?
You a peer-reviewed literature.
Did you review this? Is this you? Did you peer review this?
I could.
No, I'm not asking if you could. I'm saying, did you? No, you didn't. So what you're going to send me is a piece of literature that you have no idea about the origin, and I should just believe it. That's religious.
Yeah, totally, bro.
Well, yeah, you're right. It is. To just accept as fact a piece of paper that was given to you by another person and believing everything it says, that's religious. That's like you're reading the Bible.
Have you ever heard of testing? Can you tell me a religious test?
You haven't tested for the virus. You are believing.
Can you tell me a religious test?
Bro, tell me a COVID
Name one religious test.
Name one COVID test that I can do. That's not religious.
What? You can go to the doctor and get a lab and
Well,
get
I
the,
can't.
get the
What,
results
what, a PCR test?
from the lab.
And you can go to the church and you can ask a priest and he'll tell you you're a sinner.
Okay, how about this? How about this? You can go to the university and go to the lab and witness it yourself.
We could, right? And we can go to the
Witness
Vatican
what?
and see God yourself.
No,
How do you know? You don't know. You believe. You believe when you go to this fucking university, you'll see a virus. Just like Christians believe when they go to the Vatican, they're going to see God.
No, we literally
Absolutely.
image it with like pictures.
A real Christian wouldn't go to the Vatican.
Camera is?
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking.
You know what a camera is? Like a microscope?
No, I don't. I'm not holding a fucking camera in my hand as I talk to you.
Okay, so we can image these things with a camera, bro.
No, but an electron microscope's not a camera.
I'm not talking about electron microscope.
Okay, so when have you taken a picture of a virus? How about this?
I'm telling you, if you want,
so how do you know?
Walk your ass.
Okay,
Walk
but
your
if
ass
you
to the
haven't-
university. You want me to do all the work for you?
so
bro.
walk your ass to the Vatican.
university,
Walk your ass to the Vatican.
university and go look through the microscope.
Walk your ass to the
and
Vatican.
witness it. Okay.
Walk your ass to the Vatican.
You can
Look through them.
take it yourself.
Good morning.
You can take it yourself.
Hello,
and then
good
you can
morning.
Get sick. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Brian? Morning, Brian.
Bro, this
Morning,
guy's
morning.
We got a religious fundamentalist here.
Morning, Bright.
Oh yeah, science. Is
Morning,
are
mate.
you looking in the mirror?
I was going to say good evening, Brian, but
Good
I just got home from work. It's good evening. I just got home from work.
Have you?
7:04.
Is this the on the level COVID testing station?
Yeah.
Ah, dear.
Space isn't real. Distance isn't real.
No,
Virus
space
isn't
is the
real.
distance measured between objects.
Physics isn't real. Your radar isn't real. Modern chemistry isn't real. The
Wow,
moon
50.
isn't real. The sun isn't real. Gravity is fake. I mean, what the fuck, man?
Wow, well
does
done.
it end?
Listen
You
to
believe
the-
anything?
You're
You
breaking
believe
down,
anything?
Second
50.
note.
Sounds
Second
like you
note.
had a realization.
I don't even think you believe that you're. You probably think you're like a brain in a vat or something, man. You're living in the Matrix, bro. Nothing's real.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me ask you this. Have I ever observed myself as a brain in a vat?
Yeah.
No. Okay. When did you observe yourself as a brain in a vat? See, this is where your logic falls apart. You're being hyperbolic, right? You're being hyperbolic because you can't establish as a reality in things you believe, which I can. I can establish as a reality that I'm not a brain in a vat. I'm a guy holding a fucking pan of pizza. Okay? Now, bro, anybody at my house right now can tell that I'm a guy, right? So this is how reality works. Reality. Hold on, listen. Reality is what you can establish as fact. Now, reality is not maybes. Now, we maybe could be brains in a jar, but that's not what reality is, because reality doesn't operate on maybes.
So I can establish fact the same way a court can establish fact, okay? If you're not going to take the definition of fact that every court in the world operates on, then I can't help you, and you're helpless.
A court is not fact.
You deny.
So court of law is like personal bias.
You deny the fundamental things or operating the actual devices you're using, your car in the morning, your computer, every fucking thing you look at right now uses principles from science that you think are bullshit. It's
Well,
common.
hold on. Stop. Wait, hold on. You're using words very liberally. What do you when you say concept from science? Do you mean observations from reality?
Sure.
Okay, so now you not see what you just did? You manifested science as some kind of thing when it's not. It's fucking nothing.
It's basically a methodology for establishing
No,
truth.
but
and
you just said it's
physical
observations
laws.
of reality, dude. It's observations in reality. You just said that's all it
that lead to.
No, it doesn't lead
that
to anything.
use mathematics to make predictions. I want you to look around. I want you
and tell me one thing that you can see that wasn't given to you that has some form of science in it. Look around.
Science. What the fuck is science?
Can you tell me one thing?
Bro, I want to know what
house.
science is.
Look around.
Tell me
one
what
thing.
science is. If you tell me what science is, then maybe I can help you with this question.
Can you? Can you name one thing?
Can you name what science is?
Oh wait, I think my thing went dead. Did you name something? I had a Bluetooth in. I think it went dead.
Okay, you tell me what science is. Tell me what science is, and then I'll point out some science to you.
Well, I want you to answer the question.
Yeah, but the question is asking me about science, and I don't know what science is. So define what science is, and then I can answer the question.
Science is a method of establishing physical laws and the relationships and the mathematics that govern those physical laws.
Oh, okay. Also, let's dissect that.
So can you look around and tell me something?
Okay, hold on. I want to dissect that. You said mathematics dictate reality.
Well, no, you like F equals ma was discovered.
What is that? Okay, what came first? A simple question. What came first? Reality or the math to describe it?
Reality. Then we discovered the mathematics behind the reality.
Okay. So the math we use to describe reality doesn't influence reality, right?
What?
Does the math we use to describe reality influence reality?
No, but we use that math.
Okay, so it's a no. Okay, so math is irrelevant to reality, right?
Not when we're talking about engineering.
Whoa, hold on. Okay, so we got to go back. Let me go back.
Dude, just answer the question.
Oh, I know. So maybe does math affect reality? Yes or no?
You can use math to...
That's not what I'm not asking that.
I already answered that question, dude.
And here is a very specific question. Does math affect reality? Yes or no?
I already answered that question. Why are you asking me again? I already answered that question. Are you going to answer my question?
Okay, yeah. So now here's the point. So math cannot be used to dictate reality, right?
Math can be used to
No, that's not what I asked. I didn't ask what math can. Hold on, you're doing a thing. You're doing a thing. Don't. I'm not stupid, bro. I'm not stupid. You're not going to do these things on me. I asked you a very specific question. Stay to the question. If math can't affect, hold on. If math can't affect reality, can math dictate reality? Yes or no? Don't give me explanation. I just want a yes or no.
I answered that question. This is the third time.
No, you didn't. I need a yes or no.
Same question over and over.
But you didn't answer. Can math dictate reality? Yes or no? Don't explain. Just give me yes or no.
Can't you put them in their own room then?
That'd be a no.
I've answered that question twice already. I don't know why you're asking me the same question 3 times in a row.
I just want to know, can math...
No!
Okay, so why did you say math dictates reality if you're then 2 seconds later going to say it doesn't?
You never said math dictates reality.
You fucking did. You said the laws of math that dictate reality. Wrong.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you're going to take back what you said. Good. I'll work with that too. So what dictates the laws of reality?
Dude, I've answered fucking 10 questions of yours.
Bro, you don't want, okay? Bro. I am like the fucking...
Okay, I've answered like 5 questions of yours. It's time for you to answer a question of mine, okay?
Math has nothing to do.
Look around your room
and
tell me something that was built that wasn't used, that doesn't use applied science.
Okay, hang on.
Cause and effect around me.
What is science? You said science is math and all this bullshit. You're asking me what was built without science, and when I ask you what science is, you say it's a method of observation, and then math. You don't know. This is why I can't answer this question, because you can't verify and articulate what you're talking about.
Applied science, the application
is
of. Shut up for a
science?
second, and I'll tell you. Applied science is the application of the knowledge in the scientific base to build real-world objects. Okay, couldn't be more clear. Okay,
knowledge. So
you
knowledge.
get that?
So can we just say knowledge?
Shit.
Why can't I just?
So now that we have that, look around.
Hold on, no, I didn't agree. I didn't agree. Hold on, I didn't agree. Why can't I just say knowledge?
Look around your house and tell me
what is
one
the
thing
difference
that you know
between
of.
what is the difference between scientific knowledge and knowledge?
Scientific knowledge goes through a very specific process.
What?
Cause
Okay,
and effect
don't
that develops a mathematical relationship between
What is the
independent
difference?
variable that tells you how that gives a predictive model where you can account for things in the future that you
You're
haven't
monologuing.
seen in the present.
You're monologuing.
He's talking about
You're
practicality.
monologuing.
He's talking about
You're monologuing.
applied science, practicality. He's not talking about science.
Okay, is dropping a rock science?
Bro, will you answer the question?
Okay, but you won't answer what science is. You're
I
rambling
just did
on.
5 fucking
You
times.
rambled on. You said applied sciences is the observation of knowledge. So I asked you, can we dispense with all that bullshit terminology and just call the things we know knowledge?
No.
Okay, stop. Why not?
Because scientific knowledge goes through a very specific process, giving you cause and effect relationships and mathematic predictive models.
Okay, please stop. What is the difference between what is the difference between me gaining knowledge through observations and me gaining knowledge scientifically? Articulate the difference.
Building a predictive model based on independent
so now we're going to prediction
and mathematical
Wait,
relationships.
stop. So the only difference between knowledge and scientific knowledge is predictions?
Mathematical predictive models. The mathematical predictive models.
Lauren, you're just saying math. Are you telling me that scientific knowledge is mathematics?
Scientific knowledge gives you a cause and effect relationship that gives you an independent variable where you develop a predictive mathematic model. I've said that 4 times.
Okay, so when you say mathematic model, what do you mean by that?
You want me to describe a mathematical model?
Yep.
You brought it up.
Oh, fuck me, dude. Dude, I'm going to answer this, and if you want to answer my question, I'm done, okay? F equals MA is a mathematical model.
No, don't give me an example.
Equals mass times acceleration.
You're giving me an example.
You have a mathematical relationship that
You
makes
did.
predictions.
You did. F equals MA. What the fuck? Have you been watching Right Hand's videos?
What the fuck is F equals MA?
So there you go. So now after 15 minutes of bullshit, can you answer my question? Can you tell me one thing in your house that doesn't use the application of science? One thing.
Okay, so what we got, I said, what is science? He said it's a mathematical model. I said, what is the mathematical model? He says F equals MA. So basically, you're telling me science is F equals MA. Are you fucking retarded?
Model. You want me to give you like the definition of a function? You have an input and an output.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about.
You don't know. You don't like. You want me to literally describe to you mathematics, like algebra?
Bro, you're trying to describe science, not math. Bro,
science.
Describe F equals MA for us. Can you do that?
For fuck's sake, this is pointless.
Come on, dude. F equals MA. Tell us what it is.
So, are you going to answer my question for the 10th time?
F equals MA. What is it?
Bro, you haven't articulated what you're talking about. You said, can science do something?
Off, dude.
What is science? You said science is the effort of making a mathematical model to make predictions. I said, what is the mathematical model? You said F equals MA. So I asked you what science is.
Yeah, he said, fuck off, dude, and he was gone.
Whatever.
He said F equals MA. I was like, holy shit.
What the fuck? That's not science. This is what, man, this is just outrageous.
That was the best. That was the best.
That was fucking awesome.
I rather enjoyed that.
Sorry, I'm a little drunk, so if I was speaking, I was.
No, you're good.
They say these things, and I'm like, what are you talking about? He was giving me the runaround. I'm like, yo, what's the scientific method? The scientific method is the way in which you make mathematical predictions. Okay, well, what is a mathematical prediction? Mathematical predictions is we apply an equation and put it to what you say. What the fuck is that? F equals MA. And I'm like, okay,
Dude,
so
the way the logos like has our thought, these guys, it's like a foreign language to them. They don't even know what you're saying. They can't comprehend it. It's totally weird.
Yeah, that one time I was like very clear, and he's like, that makes no sense to me. And I'm like, everybody else in the room, it made sense to.
Yeah, and you had to check yourself. You're like, okay, I'm good. Yeah.
Fucking space in between anything. This is just it's outrageous.
I love that. What's in the vacuum? Suck the air out. What's in there? What are you looking at in there?
We're looking at length, width, and depth. How do you look at? Bro, those are measurements of something.
Space.
Let's not forget. This guy said
I was going to ask Bev if he's gone to bed yet, or is he going to get his video?
Video's ready and all of that, but I'm fucking.
But it's probably a little late for you guys, huh?
It's 3 o'clock now for me.
Drop the little short one and do the big one later.
Well, the little short ones, for a check for the premiere.
Yeah, I mean, you do what you want, but it's pretty cool. You'd wake up going, "Wow, that's got a lot of traction."
Do you reckon?
I find you get the most amount of views when you release it like in the morning. If you release it at night, sometimes they can get lost.
The 3
but it's night for them.
The 3 minute one is just it's meant for me premiere thing. So it's not even. It's not even anything really.
I mean, you can call it new intro, my new intro, or something.
I call it Premiere 3 Min. That's what it's called because it's just that's what it is. But what do you reckon?
It's fucking badass.
Instant
Especially
premiere or what?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, I'll go to YouTube Live right now.
320. I'll just set it as a instant premiere and whap it on now.
I should get a notification on here.
You reckon? I don't think when it goes instant. There you go.
I'll go look.
Like water. Now you put water into a cup. It becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Be water, my friend. Now you put water into a cup. You put water into a cup. It becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Water. Like water. Now you put water into a cup. It becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash.